Welcome to another episode of the Friends of Fantasy Benefits Baseball Podcast, a special episode of the podcast. We are doing our yearly Main Event Qualifier League. And so we have a bunch of members of the staff and then a few people who aren't on the staff that just kind of jumped in because we needed to fill it, couldn't get enough of the staff to join us on this Monday evening. Joining me right now, we'll have different members of the staff filter in and out, is Greg Blankenship. Greg, how you doing?
Hey, how are you guys doing tonight? Pretty excited for all this, and I'm about ready to take it down once. Well,
this is the first year we've had a repeat champion in the league, and I just realized that because Paul Mamino won it last year. Traditionally, the winner has either been fired or quit before the start of the next season. So it's a new experience. We have a repeat champion. Maybe Paul will be on later. Also joining us is Randy Haynes. Randy, how you doing?
Hey, Justin. How's it going? Ready to do this?
It's going well, my friend.
I'm tired of getting my ass kicked in this league.
Yeah, I was in it till like the last couple weeks, and then I completely fell out of it. Yeah. So it was a little brutal, but Paul had a really good team. We're about a minute away, so let's see who else is here. We've got Bruce. Bruce, how you doing, brother?
Man, I'm living the dream, man. I'm actually super excited to get into this. I love this league, even though it's winner take all, and I sucked at it the last 2 years. I really want to take it down.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have a tough road because you're drafting right behind me, and I thoroughly expect to snipe you quite a bit.
You say tough, I say semi-easy. No,
I'm
just kidding. It'll be tough.
Drafting on the other side of me is Ben Brennis. Ben, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Justin. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm not worried about Ben at all in this league. So.
That's fine. I wasn't worried about you or Greg, so at least I'm in a good enough spot.
And joining us as well is Charles. Charles, how you doing?
Pretty good, Justin. Ready to take some fantasy blood this year.
There we go. And the draft has officially started. One of the guys who is not part of the staff, he is first. He is taken Tatis, so we are off and moving. Andy is taking DeGrom second, so this is already starting off interesting.
I just realized I don't have the draft window open.
Yeah, I wanted pick 8, but I ended up with pick 10. So Mike Alexander, who's another member of the staff, he's third. I mean, the top 8 is probably just going to go in whatever order the top 8 usually goes, right? So, I'd be surprised if anybody jumps in there. Maybe a Bieber jumps in there, but I don't know. It's the 2 pitchers and the top 6 hitters, in my opinion.
I might get crazy. I don't know.
It's only going to work if I have to actually open my draft room. I've been sitting here for 20 minutes, and I never opened it.
Well, that's okay. I mean, it might be better for you to just auto draft the whole thing.
It may be. What pick are we on?
We're currently on pick 3. Now Randy's up. So it's gone Tatis, DeGrom, Acuna. Randy, tell us who you're taking and why.
I'm going to take Juan Soto. I might be a sucker here, but I'm buying into the fact that he wants to run. That is the tiebreaker for me with Mookie Betts, who I love. But Soto also has that upside of potentially hitting 320, 330 this year. So I'll go Soto at 4.
Definitely a sucker.
I mean, I took him. Me and Shelly took him at first overall in our tag team league. I don't know that I would necessarily do that again, but that was Shelly and I we talked about it, and that's the decision we came upon. And then goes Garrett Cole. So we do have the top 2 pitchers off the board already by pick 5. And there goes Trey Turner, who I know Greg was
Yahtzee.
Wow, Walter going to get Walter got Mookie at 7. Jeez.
Wow. All right, Greg's up at 8. Who are you going to take here, Greg? And you took Trout.
No brainer.
He's
the number 2 hitter on the board. Take him.
All right, and now Ben takes Jose Ramirez. Oh wow. Okay, here we go.
Well, we could have called that one from Ben. He's a J-Ram fan.
I am now I have no idea what I'm going to do. I was kind of hoping J-Ram would fall.
I'd kind of hoped that one of the people in front of me had gone to pitcher. I would have liked to get either Mookie or Trout, but
I'm gonna go Story here. I don't have any shares of Story, I don't think yet, or maybe not very many. So I'm pretty. I like to get a shot, and plus I know Bruce was eyeing up a Rocky right there.
I mean, kind of, but you guys must not listen to me enough. I do not care. I don't care about fandom.
You're not taking CJ Cron with the first round pick?
I mean, I should, but no.
Hey, he's got what, like 6 spring homers already, or 5 spring homers? Like,
hey, man, that's the one I actually called back in like December. That's one of the few ones I'll actually tout that I got right, so I'm pretty pumped about that. But no, I'm actually going to take Yelich here.
I knew that was coming. Good pick, Bruce.
He's just a beast.
I was just saying between him and J-Ram.
Make sure you guys have your draft boards muted so we don't have to hear the ding every time it goes off. All right, now Charles, you're up. Here we go. Charles took Bieber. All right, there you go. Bieber is. I'm not taking Bieber in the first round, but I got no problem with that. So I'll be interested to see how many people here on the end take a starting pitcher.
Even if you are at the back end, you're not taking him.
I mean, maybe if I'm 15, but like I'm never gonna get him. Like I'm never gonna get him where he's going. I don't dislike him, but I just think that the value of the hitting is still so good right there. I think 13 is like the first spot I might actually think about it.
Oh,
see,
wow,
here you go. Someone right here is setting up pocket aces, and that's what that is right there. So. They're hoping to get another ace on the back end of it.
You probably could have got Darvish at 13, or on the way back at 18. I mean,
no, you won't. Not anymore.
Not if that's your plan. If that's your plan, just go ahead and do it. Especially when you're that close to the wheel.
You got Dave and Paul behind you, so I mean, Dave isn't going pocket aces.
This guy might not know that though. He's not part of the staff.
Well, that's true. I'm just.
And here we go.
I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I just say
it is nice to have a couple of wild cards. So actually, Richard, who's picking 5th, I've actually been in at least one draft with him so far.
I've been in a bunch of drafts.
Yeah,
and I've been in a bunch of drafts with Zach this year, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I don't think anybody on this outside of Ben doesn't know what they're doing. So
I don't know, bro.
I have no idea what I'm doing. I stick to basketball.
Wow.
Here we go. All right. Do we have our first pocket aces?
Is that why you could do the draft, Ben, because it's the All-Star break?
Yes, that is part of it. The fact that I run a baseball show and don't know anything about baseball, I don't know what a pitcher is. I know nothing. I just win dynasty leagues. That's it.
The answer to who won MEQ last year was Paul Mamino picking 15. So our first returning champion, as typically they get fired before the end of the year. So
although it was a 5-man race that last week. I mean, there was five of us that could have won it.
I was in it. You were in it. Warner was in it. Who else? There was one other person who was in it. I mean, it really came down to the last 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, it was fun though.
Well, remember we did this draft twice last year.
Oh wow! Okay,
we did one and had to run it back.
Yeah, that's right. We did have to redo it.
We did one, and then we did one around this time, and then the season shut down 5 days later, and then we ended up.
I would have been much happier. I would have been.
Yeah, we ended up redoing it in July.
This has not gone the way I thought it was going to go. Okay. So, I really thought that somebody did go pocket aces. Charles went pocket aces.
Bueller Bieber from Charles. Nice start, Charles.
Thank you.
Charles, was that the intention going in, was to do the pocket aces?
Yeah, I was picking at the end of the first round. So I've done a few mocks so far, and I didn't like where I was going with pitching. So I was like, I felt like if I started with pocket aces, then I could just nail offense the next few rounds.
All right,
works for me. Don't do it, Bruce.
And
don't do what?
If he doesn't do it, I'm gonna.
Justin, you're not doing it.
Damn right I'm doing it.
God.
I'm not letting you start Trout Mondesi, dude.
I'm sorry. What is with this shortstop start? Come on, guys.
It's a standalone league. I can punt batting average if I want.
I'm gonna punt you.
I would wager on this. I will take odds.
So let's see. Who was in the qualifier last year that or this year that wasn't in it last year? I think Charles, it's your first time in it. I believe there's 3 guys who aren't part of the staff are in it. Zito.
I don't know if Andy
Blake,
from
and Nelson.
I don't know if Andy was
acts like it's his first time.
All right.
Andy, I believe
he could be the number 1 starting pitcher.
I'm not sure if Dan was.
He could also be the number 30 starting pitcher.
Well, we get it, but I'm not letting.
That's a good spot there.
I'm not letting him go past 23. So that might be the recent max pick on Bauer there.
No, I've seen him go lower actually.
I mean, lately though.
I'll check the TGFBI ADP and see what his latest one was there. Give me a sec, I'll pull it up.
I mean, I have no clue because I don't draft pitchers, so.
Yeah, I don't typically draft them.
Here
you are.
Need him to win the league, so I'm just saying.
So going big or going home. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't planning on Mondesi, but I really wanted to piss off Greg.
I was looking at Mondesi too, just because of everything that Greg said, just to kind of piss him off. I probably would have taken him also.
You're going J-Ram Mondesi, huh? That'd be pretty risky.
I would have done that. I took Bichette. I would have been more comfortable with Bichette over Mondesi, but I would have picked Mondesi just to piss you off.
Okay, but
all right. So Bauer's max pick in TGFBI is 22. So
told you.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Greg?
I was to say, I mean, what is when you talk about wanting Bichette over Mondesi, please tell me and tell everybody out there, because I can defend Mondesi. Why don't you defend Bichette over Mondesi? What is
I just hate Mondesi. I just hate Mondesi. I just hate Mondesi.
Okay, but when it comes to actual fantasy production, there's absolutely no reason Bichette should be going over Mondesi.
No, I knew that based on everything that we've talked about in our podcast, that I probably wanted to get a shortstop at this point of the draft if I was able to go J-Ram with my first pick, and I wanted to get someone with at least some speed to go along with J-Ram. And I would have been comfortable with any of the other shortstops. If Lindor had fallen, which I had doubted he would have, but Mondesi was in that range and Bichette was in that range, so I would have been comfortable with either of those two.
Yeah, I just don't understand the argument of taking Bichette over Bogarts, much less Mondesi. I mean, where people are paying the premium on Bichette right now, you're paying for the upside. While you can get Mondesi, who's obviously got higher upside, and the same kind of downside, or you can go Bogarts the next round and get pretty much guaranteed production of what you're trying to pay for Bichette anyways.
Yeah, I think when I had done an ADP draft out and I had kind of gone over multiple ADPs from where I was drafting, where I wanted to get J-Ram in the first round, I didn't get enough of Xander in the third to make it worth there. So that was part of the reason I wanted to get one in the second.
Randy and Bruce, nice second round.
I mean, if Xander falls to me in the third, then that sucks. But at the same point in time, I can't bank on him necessarily falling.
He won't, Ben.
Luis Robert. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's the outfield version of Mondesi, but just not quite the same.
Andy. That was who I was wanting there. That next,
I'm a little worried about Ozuna's price. I can't take him that high, especially if we don't have the DH in the National League. Like, how many times is he going to get pulled for a defender late in games or sit because they want a better defense, depending on who the pitcher is?
Never.
Yeah. If the DH does come, then I'm totally fine with it. But I am a little worried about that.
I don't see. I put a tweet out the other day about I'm like, how in the world are we taking Robert and Eloy over Ozuna? I mean, in ADP, I don't get that. But
yeah, let's see. I mean, Yancey's saying that Robert's batting second a few times in the spring. I just don't know how you can put a guy who's going to strike out 30% of the time in the two hole. I just don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to
last. If he hits the ball hard enough, it doesn't really matter. I mean, the times he does hit the ball, it makes up for it. And if you take a look at a guy like Ozuna or some of these guys, or even Robert, I mean, in this type of league, why not take him there? It's boom. if he hits, all of a sudden that thing's he's going to be in a real nice spot already with Tatis and Robert. He's going to put us all in a position there. Standalone, I think it's a decent pick. You can get away with that nowadays too. Like take a look at Keston Hiura. He has a 30% strikeout rate, and he's still doing numbers. They'll do fine with it, I think.
I like some of these starts at the very beginning of the third round. I like Mike's team, Randy's team, Zito's team.
Well, say who's on these starts.
So Mike Alexander has Acuna, Albies, and Jimenez. I mean, I understand that there's some flaws there, but at least in an NFBC, when you need 5 outfielders, get 5 good outfielders is always going to be tough. So getting 2 in the first 3 rounds, getting some speed between them, good power. Yeah, there's some batting average concerns with some players because of the strikeouts and everything, but if you're able to make them for the pitching later, I have said on our podcast that I am willing to wait through 3 rounds if I can afford to not get a pitcher right away.
Mike Warner's start of Trey Turner, Luis Castillo, and Anthony Rendon is just awesome. And I really like Walter's start of Mookie, Machado, Bogarts. Those are 2 fantastic starts right there.
Yeah. Randy's team that has Soto, Woodruff, Kershaw. I mean, if you're going to go with pitchers, you're getting at least good numbers there, depending on Kershaw's back and injuries. But I still believe in Woodruff. And with Zito, he got Cole, Scherzer, and Kyle Tucker. So,
all right. Oh, there goes Seager to Greg.
That was a tough choice there.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on what I'm going to do here. I've started off shortstop.
You're not going to take another one?
There's no good shortstops left. They're gone now.
You've got a utility spot.
I mean, maybe later. Maybe later.
You could jump 80 or somebody.
Yeah, Marcus Simeon's still available, so maybe. Oh, thank God.
That was the last one.
That was the choice, Ben.
I was really, really hoping Gallen fell to me.
I considered him over Kershaw. But that Soto Woodruff Gallen start would look like such the biggest hipster start that anyone's ever had. I kind of felt like I had to go with Kershaw.
I like Woodruff and Kershaw paired. I'm not a big Woodruff guy, but with Kershaw paired with him, I mean,
yeah. And at this point in Scherzer's career, it kind of sounds crazy, but I think innings wise, him and Kershaw are going to be comparable, and on a per inning basis, I'm more confident in Kershaw. So I'm definitely okay with him as my SP2. And even if Woodruff is capped at 170, a lot of guys are going to be capped at 170. We just don't know it yet. So
yeah, there's only going to be 5 or 6 people that get over 160, 170 innings. So I think everybody's thinking these people down in the 150 range are going to get.
I hate you, sorry, Bruce. Oh my God. I had him queued up. I was all like, I can't wait to fucking take a Rosarena in the 4th round.
Yeah. What?
Oh my God.
Bruce.
Well played, Bruce.
Greg,
Bruce,
you and your outfield love, Bruce.
Hey, I love outfield. It's you need to start 5 of them. It's quite a bit, and during a season, it's hard to keep 5 on the field 24/7. So I kind of like to jump some of them, and standalone league. I think pairing him with Christian Yelich just could be huge. I was gonna go Tim Anderson there, but he went like he should have. But
I'm almost surprised they didn't get yelled at for that by Greg.
Well, that's who I was choosing between then was Seager.
I figured I was like, Tim Anderson's on the board. We've talked about him endlessly. I can't imagine that. I was almost surprised that you didn't take him. And I was like, I feel like I have to take him. I didn't want to grab Gallen there, and I didn't like DJ enough. I mean, I like DJ. I just didn't want to. I have a couple of shares of him in other leagues. I just didn't want him in this one.
Anderson is my choice. I pick Anderson there instead of Seager if this is an overall competition.
Yeah, I mean, if this is an overall competition, I'm not starting Story Mondesi.
Yeah, I get Mondesi at that point.
Yeah. So, I love that pick right there by Dave. George Springer. I'm really getting high on him. Justin Mason, FWFB is the Twitch for I think Kenny's asking in the chat. All right, here we go. I like Paul's start. I mean, I'm not a big Paul's start too, guy, but he's got power, he's got speed, he's got an ace. Yeah, so multi-positional flexibility with both Bellinger and Merrifield start. That's Paul's a smart dude. I mean, he won this league last year. He's been getting some gainful employment around the industry as well. So
he came back to get some practice for his main this year. That's on us.
Yeah, exactly. I almost joined his main.
I'm guessing that you're probably all. We talked about this on the podcast recently, but I'm guessing everyone here is probably putting Merrifield in the second base, but you're putting Belly in outfield. Yes, not putting him in first.
Bellinger,
you're putting him in first.
It depends on the rest of my team. It just gives you the options to put them wherever you want. You know, I mean, that's the beauty of those guys. So
I took Bellinger in a couple of leagues last year, and as a result, I almost kind of waited on grabbing enough outfielders that it forced me to play him there, and I could have used him better at first if I didn't.
I'm waiting for Bruce to snipe me again here.
Well, so. I win this league last year if I take Betts over Bellinger.
Yeah.
I mean
that's the craziness about 2020 is one pick difference.
I mean, Betts, I could have taken Betts, Turner. I could have picked about 10 different players other than Bellinger, and it would have won this league. But so that's that's how tight things were.
I probably finished second in my main event league if I do a start other than Bueller Arenado.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go, Bruce. That did not hurt me.
That's how weird that 60-game season was, though, is you get down and you have you just couldn't come back.
Now the question is, what do I do here? All right. I think I'm gonna go a little different direction than I have so far this year. I'm gonna take Maeda. Pair Gallon and Maeda. Feel pretty good about my two aces at the top. Whoa, and then someone just goes completely off the board. This is why I like Ben drafting near me.
You know what Ben's doing? Ben is strictly doing this all to irritate me. He knows I was taking Sonny Gray there. He just knew
it. Defend yourself, Ben.
Did you not pick up the fact that Greg that's what he did in the tag team? He 4th round pick Sonny Gray. That's what he looks for.
Yeah.
They didn't take Gray in the
No, he wanted Gray. He wanted Gray. Okay. He spent an hour talking about how much he was annoyed that he didn't fall to him, and he would pick him into 4th round every time.
Really? That's surprising to me. I do not have Gray as a top 15 pitcher.
It comes. This is partially.
I have Gray, and we've talked. Siege and I, and before we talked about that thing, is if he didn't have those couple bad starts last year where he was hurt, he's going in round 2. And that, my opinion. I mean, it doesn't have to be everybody's opinion, but
I like Sonny Gray. I feel like he's played well when he hasn't been in New York, basically. And I've been on him for the last couple of years. I've said once he gets moved out of New York, he would be good. He gets moved, he was good. I have very little issues with him, so I'm comfortable taking him.
But you do realize, Ben, that nobody likes my teams.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not drafting to bug you. With Tim Anderson, I didn't see any people after other than Springer, and I was debating Springer and Anderson, and I was just like, I'll just take a little bit more of speed, and if he hits for a good average and I'm wrong, then it's a good value. And if I'm correct, then I kind of shoot myself in the foot, but.
Value. Greg, you don't even like your own teams. No one has ever sent out screenshots like, "Oh God, look at this piece of crap I just drafted."
he messages me all the time. He goes, "Look at this thing."
Well, I mean, it's honestly, but I like getting feedback of it to kind of learn and see. You know what I mean? I draft so many teams. Half of them are dog shit. Half of them are worthless from the get-go.
Yeah, no, you max enter the NFBC all the time.
Yeah, why not?
I do feel that Hendrick. Is there a reason you picked Hendricks there? Do you just not expect him to fall back? Because I understand that his ADP is around the general area, but I still feel it's too early to go for a closer.
Honestly, I didn't like anybody there, so I'm gonna take the top closer. I'm gonna take the top closer.
I don't have a problem taking Hendricks in the 4th if that's got top guy on my board. There's no one safer, especially with Rosenthal getting hurt today.
You would have considered Rosenthal more safe or just as safe?
No, I'm just saying there's less safe options, you know. And I know he's supposed to be ready for opening day and stuff, but still, that's one of the safer options, kind of, that is now got a little bit of a question mark, at least to start the season. I almost took Real Muto with my last pick.
I've never taken a catcher this early in my entire life, but the way this thing's fallen, I mean, what the hell? I mean, it sounds like he's going to be ready for opening day. I'll take the advantage in a 2-catcher 15-team league.
I definitely thought about it. I took him in the Raz Slam in the 3rd round today, and someone was all, "You took a catcher in the 3rd round?" It's like,
hey, so did I.
You've got to look the format.
Well, in a points league like that, where you get two fab periods all season. I mean, that's a huge advantage.
Yeah, I mean, and he's a top 10 player in that format.
So Randy, I like how you paired him with 2 pitchers and Soto, because you get everything from both your players. Now, if Justin were to have taken there, I don't like it, because why are you taking a catcher that gives you steals when you've already got max steals? So why? The only reason you're getting Real Muto is because he's helping you in steals.
No, that's he's helping you more than. I mean, he's going to be the best. But he's going to be the best catcher in. I mean, essentially every. I mean, unless Gary Sanchez, pops 30 couple bombs, but like,
not third round.
No. But I'm saying Real Muto at the end of the season is going to be the best catcher in not only steals but home runs, runs scored, RBI,
probably not
batting average.
But
probably, he's always going. He could be top 7 in home runs, but he's probably not top.
What I'm saying is,
what catcher? I mean, unless Gary Sanchez. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how many other catchers have a chance to hit above 25 home runs? Like Sanchez, Sal Perez. I would say Sal Perez. I mean, that's
not Real Muto. But
sorry, Real Muto could be top 3 in home runs. I apologize, but he's definitely going to probably be.
I kind of like it for yours because you can use the speed also. But like for Justin with Story and Mondesi, the speed's kind of useless. So you're kind of just drafting a catcher that has home run. I mean, why waste the pick?
It's the batting average. The batting average and the runs scored are a huge part of it.
He could hit 260.
He's not going to hit. I mean, I guess he could. But
anybody can hit 260. I mean, but I'm going to play the odds that Real Muto more often than not is going to out-earn every other catcher by. And that's, I mean, here in round 4, I mean, even if he doesn't out-earn every catcher by a mile, I'll take the slight discount there. Even though, like, Greg, we've talked about this, about like if it goes against your plan. This was not part of my plan at all to take him in the 4th, but we'll see how things go.
Well, you just got to adjust now. But like, honestly, Real Muto kind of fits a lot of plans because he isn't. I mean, he's not a crazy one way or another pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mondesi, you need to plan for. Big hitters like that. If you want to draft a low batting average, I mean, you need to plan for that stuff. See, Ben Chapman just went 62, so
yeah, there you go.
Well,
Hader went 60.
I'm a little more comfortable with Hader than Chapman, just because the Yankees just have so many other options, and if Chapman does for whatever struggle, because I mean he has struggled at least in the past, it's not totally implausible that they use someone else at other points.
I'm trying to see what.
So I guess I've never seen a picture of Trent Gresham, but I'm sorry. The picture of him on NBC looks like a 40-year-old. Am I wrong about this?
I've never even actually noticed.
He has not aged well, I will say that.
He's got a quarterback.
Oh man, I'm stuck here.
All right. So
you know what you should do? You should probably just take another catcher.
No, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm just
double tap on Sal Perez.
Yeah, just double tap.
Don't do that, Randy. You'll hate it.
Do it.
No, I went. That's what I was kind of between, because I do have that batting average floor now with Soto and Real Muto, so I can take a chance on Hero. So I was between him and another person at that position. I don't want to say somebody's name that hasn't been drafted yet, but.
Except for Sal Perez, we can say his name. When you're drafting with your home league and stuff, don't say names. When you're drafting with like a bunch of people in the industry, say whatever fucking. God damn it! Not that I needed him, Zito, but I was tempted. If
wow,
Corbin Burns
Cole,
made it back-
Scherzer, and Burns is the first three. I mean, so strikeouts as a category is over.
Yeah.
I know he's got plenty of strikeouts from Cole, Scherzer, and Burns.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he's got strikeouts. I
thought you were making a joke about Baez.
No. Cole, Scherzer, and Burns. Yeah.
Well, he can win them by 70. I don't care. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I'll take second place in that category or third. You know.
I like Michael's. I like Walt Start McMichael. I like that one. Betts.
Oh,
that was good.
Yeah, I should have known that's where Warner was going.
Except that, you know, you messed that one up.
I was thinking that's where he was
you just went
go.
bad.
You
just went bad.
We knew Walter was going there.
All right, where's Greg going right here?
Yeah, can you tell me, because I'd really like to know.
I'm going Biggio. I'm just gonna get some stolen bases there, and I'm gonna get some eligibility.
My pick won't go in. That's there we go.
I don't see. I mean, everybody thinks Biggio is gonna hit clear down the lineup, which, I mean, all the dude does is get on base. I think he's gonna have to hit up top. And
yeah, this isn't an LBP league though.
All right.
Yancey wants to know what the worst pick is so far.
Oh, that's a good question. You guys,
is this the worst pick in
last
general, or the
figure out.
worst pick like non-Ben division? Is that
The worst
what we're-
pick in general?
Thank you.
The worst pick in general was Mondesi by Team 10 in the second round.
You know, Randy, I don't think
not
my
the
team's
pick-
that bad. All right.
No, you're doing. I would have liked your team a little better if Sonny Gray wasn't your ace, but all in all, you're doing fine, Ben. I'm just giving you shit.
No, I personally would have liked Lance Lynn, but he didn't fall. Maeda I had ahead of him too, so you know that didn't happen. There was Snell I had behind, and then it basically came down to me choosing between Carrasco as a Mets fan or Sonny Gray, and I just have more confidence in Sonny Gray.
I love Carrasco with the Mets this year.
I do too. I just still feel that Sonny Gray could likely put up some better numbers, but we'll see. The Mets offense has improved enough that the wins now aren't necessarily something that are few and far between for Mets pitching, and that's kind of something that hasn't occurred in the last 5 years, as seen with DeGrom. I mean, I think there was a stat at some point at the end of September last year that he's literally only gotten a win of like 50% of his starts in the last 4 years combined because of how bad the Mets offense is.
Whoa. Charles taking 3 first basemen right there. Boom, boom, boom.
Well,
I mean, obviously
DJ can play second and third.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, it's just kind of like,
Just
I like Luke Voigt. He was on my queue.
I'm not going to hate it, but I'm going to hate you, but I'm not going to hate the draft.
Does anybody hate their draft yet?
Greg, probably.
You're 5 picks, and you probably shouldn't hate the draft yet.
You shouldn't, but there's always somebody. My draft, as usual, is not going the way I thought it was going to go at all. So, but I got plenty of power now with Alonso and Story.
I tried to do a 5-round mock in my head of ADP and stuff for the 9 spot. I actually have hit 4 of my 5 picks that I wanted, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Nice.
What was the one you missed?
Anderson. I wasn't expecting to get Anderson. I was going to go someone else over there.
Paul, I really love in Paul Mamino's team.
I was kind of hoping that one of Scherzer, Kershaw may have fallen, and I would have taken a picture there, and then I could have paired him with Sonny Gray as a number 2.
I really love Ryu as a pitcher. He's always underrated, but is anybody scared just out of their minds of that park and what that park could possibly be?
It's not really any worse than it was in Toronto or in Buffalo, and at least he's not on the turf in Toronto with all his ground balls. So yeah. I'm not really that worried. He's not a guy that gives up a ton of home runs, so it's not like, God damn it, Dave.
I mean, Blake, check out Team 1. Blake's got a pretty good start there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly.
Randy, for what it's worth, I was deciding between Conforto and Ryu with my last pick. So I want him. I was hoping he would fall, but it was kind of I knew one of them wasn't falling. I knew he did an outfielder.
For not taking a starter for 4 rounds, Barrios and Hendricks, that's about as stable as you could ask for.
Yeah.
Ketel Marte was the one I was between on Hira, but I wanted to shoot for the upside with Hira back to.
Oh yeah, I'm not on
Marte was on my short list too.
Walter hates all of our drafts, so it's all right, Walter. I hate your pitching staff.
But we could have picked Walter's picks before the draft even started. Like he was going to take Glasnow, he was going to take Vlad. Like
his first 3 picks were fantastic, and then it just all went downhill from there.
Machado. As soon as Mookie, was there at 7, I know he's going to take Mookie. Walter can.
All right, Bruce, you can snipe me because I got a backup plan here. Oh, okay.
Man, I don't snipe any people, bro.
Nice pick, Bruce.
Man, this closer run is not fun.
Not anymore.
I'm up next. Shit, I should probably look at my list.
Yeah, but so now, Ben, how about that Liam Hendricks pick? You don't think he should be going that high now?
Yeah, it's weird. In redrafts, I'm absolutely terrible with being able to dissect where I should grab a closer. I don't know why. I just have I guess it's because I know that a run's going to come, and I have the worst ability to anticipate when it's going to occur. So getting one early makes sense, but it's still sometimes too early for me to do it because I've done it in the past. I think in the first MEQ last year,
Justin, damn it!
I think in the one that didn't happen last year, I think I went like Diaz and another closer in the first couple rounds, and I was significantly like that better. So
there's just no way you take Meadows there. No,
well, he did. So I don't know what you want from him.
No way.
Love the Meadows bounce back. I was torn on him versus Castellanos, but I've got a lot of Castellanos already this year, and so I went with Meadows, who I don't have a lot of shares of yet, but I'm gonna change that over the course of the next few weeks.
I mean, that's just brutal. And then Ben, of course, why wouldn't you?
What?
Take
I haven't heard you mention him at all, so that was just me taking.
Because he was keeping it quiet. That's what he was going for after he took Gray. Like, come on now, duh.
He can't give away all his secrets.
I mean,
he has no secrets. He does 60 leagues, and they're all out there.
That's a really good point.
All right, Greg, what are you going to do here now that you've been sniped? Goldschmidt, all right.
I'm going to lock up Goldie there. I think he's way. I think he should be going way higher than he is. I don't see any reason that Vlad should be going. I mean,
I agree.
What Goldie does for you, we're hoping Vlad can someday do. And
is Goldschmidt going to hit 2 in the regular season? I think he's been hitting 2 in the spring so far, correct?
I haven't really paid attention to it because it doesn't bother me. But I mean, Goldie, he can hit. He can get you 27 to 32 homers. He's going to get you a decent batting average. He's going to get you the runs and the RBI. I mean, I just don't see why Vlad Jr. is going ahead of Rizzo and Goldschmidt.
Because people are seeing the weight loss and thinking that's going to be the thing. So let's see. Goldschmidt is hit second, and he hit second today. He hit third yesterday, and then in the first week of the season, he hit. Let's see, third, second. So yeah, I mean, it looks like it's either going to be Arenado or Goldschmidt hitting second, third. Probably interchangeable.
So back like with Vlad though, so if Vlad has a great season, he's Paul Goldschmidt without running, and I mean Goldschmidt could get you 3 or 4 maybe.
I mean, here's the thing: people are dreaming on a 30 homer 300 season from Vlad.
Yeah, go keep dreaming.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why people think that, but or dreaming on it, but I gotta prove it at some point, right? Like, I know he's still young, and I'm not writing him off by any stretch of the imagination. I just think you're paying too much for the upside right now, as opposed to what he actually has been able to produce.
I mean, if he hits, so you're thinking, you're saying, okay, let's say he does 285, hits 30 homers. So if he does that, he's a 5th round pick. Where he's going right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, so what is? I just don't get it. You know, when you got, I mean, you have so many
Randy
players around him.
Yeah, you're supposed to let him drop because he got injured.
Nah,
He just says no.
I would have. I mean, I was like, okay, well, I'd been kind of pushing Rosenthal up. I pushed him up in TGFBI. I know it was the min on him at one point, but I was like, all right, well, I'll pivot here. I'll push Presley up, but Bruce, I don't even know what the hell Bruce is doing, taking Presley.
What's the highest Presley's gone?
What Bruce just did. I mean,
pretty much, yeah.
I saw.
I like Presley. I'm hating on the pick because I'm mad because it kind of screwed me to have to take Rosenthal. So
I'm sorry.
My hate comes from a place of love.
I mean, I'm really not that sorry, but I am sorry. But I know how it goes when you feel the pain when you see that, and you're like, that's not supposed to happen.
Oh God. Damn it, Andy.
Whenever he
wasn't making it
closer, you have to do it. Thank you, Walter.
Yeah, I knew Nelson Cruz wasn't making it back to me because Greg has another pick before I pick, but that one sucks. So
I might not have taken him this time.
As much as I liked Mike Alexander's first 3 picks, I have not liked his last 3 picks as much. I don't know why. They're just
probably
not doing
good
it
for him then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with Snell. Like, I don't have Snell quite that high. There's some guys who went after him that I've got ranked above him, but I'm not going to make an argument that it was a bad pick. The Trent Grisham pick, I like Trent Grisham a lot, and I was taking him in the 5th round earlier in drafts, kind of beginning of draft season. But I am worried with all the bats that they added that he could easily bat at the bottom or even platoon at times against lefties. So I'm a little concerned by that personally. Olsen, I think he's going to bounce back. So.
Got a little bit of batting average risk in that team, though.
I was going to say that's the biggest thing for him is that he's got the batting average risk.
It's a standalone, so you can punt batting average.
Oh yeah,
you can, but you're not going to win a league necessarily if you're in the bottom 3 spots for average.
Oh yeah, you can.
Sure
You can. It's just going to be much more tough, and especially because I don't see him being far enough ahead in any of the other categories that he's positioned himself to be at the top of the leaderboard in one of the other categories. That's all.
Oh, Andy's killing me.
Yeah, Andy's putting together a really strong team here. DeGrom, Devers, Ozuna, Carrasco, Chapman, Cruz, and Buxton. Yeah, Andy's putting together a pretty strong team.
How many bags do you think Buxton's going to have this year?
What was that, Bruce?
How many bags do you think Buxton's going to have?
I mean, it depends on how many games he plays.
Yep.
Say
15 and hope for 22 because he's probably going to miss games, so give him 15.
Because I think the build's interesting. If you look at Devers, Ozuna, Cruz, there's not too much speed there. So if you go in Buxton, I mean, what are you hoping for from him? Kind of 2020 where he just was, hitting homers and not really stealing bags, or a mixture there? Because that almost feels to me like you could almost just punt speed with that, or you take a more speed heavy type of guy, in these couple next rounds. But I don't know. I mean, that's just how do you feel how he steals there?
I feel he's got to hope for a decent amount of speed. He's got to hope for at least 15 plus steals there for that pick to make sense. I feel.
Oh, I mean, I'm there with that 15. So I was just wondering if that's what everyone else was kind of thinking too, because I'm around 15, 17 around there is what I'm.
Plays 120 games. I'll give him 15. Just needs to play 120 games.
Yeah. He's gonna be amazing. Shut up. Mike's gonna be like 140 games of greatness.
Yeah,
Mike Alexander goes with the risky pitching, but
could be good. Lamet in the 7th round is a bit scary for me.
Give me all the Padres there. Let's go. Grisham
could work out.
Snell and Lamet
could work out great.
Ooh, he's a double stack in San Diego and the Braves essentially. That's pretty good.
I wonder where Zito's going here.
Yeah, I do not know. This is a good question. I like Zito's start. I mean, Cole, Scherzer.
I was going to say
that's a good pick. I mean, Kyle Tucker, huge upside there. Baez should bounce back. I'm not a big Jeff McNeil guy, but I think that helps with batting average. So.
As a Mets fan, I feel that there's a lot to be desired with a player like Jeff McNeil. It's nice to have the eligibility, but he's got the average. I don't think if it's not like a juice ball, I just don't see him having more than 15 home runs, and he doesn't steal bases.
But isn't that the same thing with LeMahieu in the 3rd round and McNeil's in the 6th round? I mean, if the ball's not juiced,
I at least give more credit to DJ LeMahieu of more than likely having better RBIs, more than likely having better runs, more than likely having better pop. I will give him credit there, and it's just I watch both of them. Living in New York, I get to watch both, and I just think that there's just significantly more upside with a player like DJ LeMahieu who can put up an MVP type season. I can't see McNeil putting up an MVP type season.
Yeah, but I mean his MVP type season is kind of included into like the Yankees hype and like the clutch hits, so to speak. I mean, fantasy wise, we don't really care about that.
I mean, yes and no. I think with DJ, he actually can. He outperforms certain things, like he outperforms barrels or gets the maximum amount out of his barrels because of where he plays. But I think he's such a skilled enough hitter that he's going to end up doing that all the time because he knows how to play to the park he's in. And then you add in all of his eligibility. I don't know. He's going to be a good contributor all over. If you take a look at his last few years, he's hitting like 330. So if you get anything around 315, 325, the batting average alone is going to that's something that really helps your team out there. You can build around that pretty easily, I think.
What are you doing here, Justin?
I'm going back to the well on Max Muncy.
Of course.
Gonna give myself some rosters.
He's gonna work out one of these years for you.
I mean, last year was down here. He was fine in 2019.
Yeah, I just giving you crap.
Yeah, there's so many people who had bad years last year just for the fact that they couldn't go watch video of their swing.
Well, and you look at what he did in the playoffs; it's right in line with what he does. It's a guy who can hit for power and gets on base and hits about 250. So, and he's been hitting in the 2-hole most of spring training. Love him as if he's the second hitter for the Dodgers, he's going to score a ton of runs. So yeah, I'm going back to the well. I haven't been getting him nearly as much as I was last year, but I'm not afraid of him, especially that triple eligibility, just so useful.
Are you worried about playing time at all with him?
No.
Okay. I mean, I'm just asking. I don't know. I mean, they don't want Bellinger playing first base. They want Bellinger in the outfield. So, true.
He's going to play first every day. He won't have the eligibility he's got now next year. Yeah. Next year I'll be off of him.
Makes sense.
They have someone else to play first base, don't they? Other than Belly?
No, I mean it's Muncy. That's it.
Muncy and Belly and.
Well, did Bellinger play that much first last year that they put Muncy at second and third? I'd have to look up the games played, but
Muncy covered when Justin Turner was injured or when Kevin Luck sucked at second base and stuff like that. But then they also had Jock Peterson last year who could play some first and outfield. So
and it was also 7 games. They only needed 7 games or something for eligibility.
Usually it's 10.
Thank you, Walter.
Last year was 7.
I think it was 3 in season, 7 for carryover.
Yeah, and then it's 10 and 20 this year.
Again. Yeah. Well, that would depend if we get a regular 162, but yeah.
Wow. I mean, if we don't get 162, I'm going to throw more than my phone against the wall.
Someone says it feels early for Simeon. Bruce, you want to defend that?
I think he just kind of does everything, nicely. And I think a lot of the shortstops are gone. The teams around me don't have shortstops around this. 2 of them do, but Dansby just got taken, but only Lindor was on these teams over here. So if I wanted a decent shortstop, I felt like I kind of had to take him around here, and I think he does fine for what I'm looking for, which is just kind of a little bit of everything.
All right. That hurt. I was going to take Jansen on the wraparound. Oh, well.
Well, I know who Justin's taking now.
No, you don't. You think you know, but you got no idea.
That's a good. I like Bohm. That's a good pick.
There's Ben's favorite player.
No,
I think Ben's got a sanctuary at home for him. Got pictures and everything and candles.
Thank you very much.
For his love.
Way to blow up my spot. Way to blow it up. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bruce isn't going to snipe me here, so.
I hope I will.
Nah.
No.
I keep getting self-conscious that my picks are showing, my queue is showing and everything. Keep forgetting that my board's not the one that's up.
Yeah, no. That's what, I've got my actual draft on my other computer, so that's why I keep turning. So
yeah, I have it all on one. I keep thinking if I switch back, everyone else can see what I'm looking at.
Justin is going to snipe me, is the thing.
Yeah,
Bruce,
probably.
Bruce, where are you over here? Come on. All right. I was just curious what you were waiting for.
Oh, I was getting my sheets updated. I like to take the time to make sure I'm updated.
Yeah, I thought it was that one. I thought it was that one, Justin, or the one I'm going to take if Ben
Yeah,
doesn't.
you're probably going to take the other guy I was thinking about. Yeah. So, but Brad Hand's one of the last locked in closers that we feel pretty comfortable with. So, I wanted to, with Jansen gone, with all the other guys gone at closer, I felt like here's the time. Yeah, that was the other guy.
Yeah, that's who I was
like. A good spot for Rizzo too.
Lopez here, and whichever one he doesn't take, I'm going to take. So
yeah, that's it. It was either Lopez or Hand. So I decided to go Hand this time. Lopez is a guy, man. I keep missing out on. And I need to push up a little bit higher up my board. Man, he looks so good in spring right now.
Because you're in so many drafts with me, Justin.
Yeah, that's the problem. Well, thankfully, I don't think you're in either of my main event leagues this year. So
I haven't signed up for one yet because I don't know when I'm doing it. So
okay. Are you going to Vegas?
No,
you're not. Right. Yeah.
Justin, which one are you doing? Are you doing a New York one?
No, I'm not. I'm doing everything online. I'm not doing any live events. So.
Are we having tout in person this year? I'm guessing no.
No, everything is going to be online. So I'm in the mix auction this year. So
that's a nice auction.
Mm-hmm.
So you were in NL both last 2 years, right?
Yeah, I was in NL the last 2 years, but they needed someone to move from NL to the mixed auction, and NL falls on my anniversary this year, so I was like, I'll take the mixed auction. It's a fun group too, so
yeah, get out of those only auctions anymore. I mean, they used to be fun, but they're brutal now.
I love onlys. I really do, and I'm not playing in any this year.
They're so brutal anymore, though. With
they are, but they're so much fun, dude.
Can you imagine pitching this year in an only with the 6-man rotations, pitchers only getting 125 innings?
So they changed the rules of Tout Wars. There's no longer an innings minimum. And so I was going to just throw strikeouts and wins.
Yeah.
And do a little double punt there and just draft relievers. One, they don't go for as much. And two, you could just lock up all the saves and stuff and just not worry about, since there's no innings minimum in tout. But maybe if I ever get back into NL or AL, I'll do that. Yeah, and there goes Kirby Yates. Someone in the chat was show me Yates. So,
I didn't even see that. I'm glad I took him now. I almost tried to play chicken, but
I was looking at him once Brad Hand went, but at this point,
I feel like between Rosenthal and Yates, I'm going to get either 65 saves between the two or 7. This could go.
I was hoping Charlie Moore would fall back to me, but I guess that was a.
I don't get me wrong. I like Morton. I like him as a player. I like watching him, but dude, he's 96 years old, man.
Yeah, but he's still likely to put up good numbers.
He wasn't that good last year.
He was good down the stretch. He was good down the stretch, good in the playoffs. So I don't care how bad the beginning of the season was. You can make the same argument that if you take out 2 bad starts, he was going to be 3 rounds. No, he's still going to be 3 rounds higher.
No.
Oh, God damn it.
If you take the 2 good starts out, I think he's picked 280.
I don't know who this Blake guy is, but I don't like him. Fuck
yeah,
him.
he's putting together a hell of a team too.
Yeah. I mean,
back-to-back picks of Morton Paddock. That disappoints
quite literally went to go put Chris Paddock in my queue, and right before I clicked the star to put in my queue, he fucking took him. So you are not, if you are not invited back next year, Blake. I don't know who you are.
You can't fire him, right?
It's probably Greg. It's probably Greg on the second.
This is the bullshit part of it,
I've been fired every year, though.
Yeah, you have. I don't know. Because you haven't won.
Because I don't win, so it's might as well keep my ass around just donating money.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
I know Paul does.
Let's see. All right, Correa just went.
I will say this: if Paul wins again, we're not letting him back next year.
No,
I'm done paying for his stuff. Yeah. I'm done.
Paul's not winning it this year. I'll tell you.
No, he's not winning. I hope he does well in the main event, though. It'd be cool to see. Someone from Friends Fantasy Benefits.
Well, that's what this is all about. $125 and to win an entry for $1,700. I mean, if people watching this, you didn't know what that is, that's what we bought in for. It's $125 to get in. The winner gets a $1,700 main event entry, and with a chance to win $150,000 next year. So,
well, 2 years ago.
Go for
2 years ago. 2 years ago, we had Bradley Newman win. And he's using his ticket this year because of everything that happened last year with COVID. Yeah. Paul won last year, so Paul will be in it this year. And then we have Justin and Greg. I'm not sure if anyone else is planning on doing one, but
I think Walter might.
Yeah, I don't know if Walter's doing. Hopefully Walter joins us at some point, and we can talk to him because I do like Walter's team a lot, as much as he's talking shit. I'm not a big Glass now guy, but the offense is pretty solid right there with Betts, Machado, Bogarts, Guerrero, Castellanos, and Sal Perez. And then he's got, an innings horse in Zach Greinke to make up if Glass now does get hurt. So Dave, I like the start.
Dave's putting together a pretty good team after the GB start that he came up with there.
Mm-hmm.
He got his pitching there. I don't like the catcher. I don't like the catcher early, but it is what it is.
Yeah, he's got Freeman, Lindor, Springer, Arenado is a great offensive start. Barrios, Hendricks, that Hendricks pick just still fucking pisses me off.
Yeah.
And then Will Smith. I'm not a big Bundy guy. And then Walter takes fucking Gosman like a dick. So. Oh well, I guess Gosman's not ending up on my team, so I got to figure out who I'm pivoting to here.
I don't know who I want here.
I mean, isn't it a little bit late to be pivoting when it's like the pick before yours and not knowing who you want? Like,
yeah, I kind of do things as I see fit.
Okay, I was just curious.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. The question is, do I want to reach on someone right here?
Probably.
Looking at my team, and my biggest issue is clearly batting average.
It's talent.
I've got them all.
Yeah.
And all the batting average.
All right. Well, he ends up on every Justin Mason team. Yeah, there was no way he was getting back to you. I got 2 picks. And no third baseman. So yeah, that's that was get some batting average. He'll get some homers, some stolen bases.
You're playing Muncy at second, I'm guessing, based on how your current construction is.
Yeah, currently. So
I don't like how he's Justin, we talked about this at the end of last year, and I said I can't wait to get Hayes at round pick 220 when this was at the end of the season, the World Series, when Bruce and I were talking about going for that premature league, and you told me he would go top 150, and I told you were freaking crazy. And
Well, he started draft season at what, pick 180, right?
Good
I mean,
pick,
I've
Bruce.
seen him go. At one point, I saw him go like pick 110. I was like, this is insane. And I just don't. Not that it's a bad pick. I just didn't think that.
There's been a lot of pushback recently on him. He's starting to drop quite a bit. I just wrote about him last week over on Fangraphs on my ADP market report. You know, and I think it's because people are like, well, you know, the lineup around him sucks. Lineup around him sucked last year. So, like, I don't know why that would be an issue.
But he's not going anywhere.
Yeah. I've got Dave joining, so I'm going to boot out Randy. Bye, Randy.
Sounds good.
Bye,
Thanks,
Randy.
guys. See ya.
Hey, Randy.
Bruce, I like that Myers pick. I was between Lewis and Myers myself.
Thanks, man. I really like Myers too. I think he can.
There is Dave.
I think he's got a little bit more speed upside. The only thing that made me not go with him is similar to what Justin had brought up before with the Padres. They just have so many pieces there that theoretically he could lose some playing time as a result.
Oh yeah, he could. But I think his per game stats are still good enough that I'll take that risk personally.
I like your team, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I got 30 seconds here.
I'm trying to put you off your game.
If you could just totally screw this pick, I would love that so much. Just because I'm tired of looking at your team and drafting all good players.
It's funny you guys say that when I get on the stream. I can't imagine what you were saying before I got on.
You were just around backstage for quite a while.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait.
No!
I did it.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's the pick that I was hoping for.
My video lagged me for 10 seconds, I think, or a couple seconds, it seems like. I'm sorry, guys.
No worries.
Right. That was the type of pick I was hoping for.
Well, did we contact admin?
I did, but I don't know if they're stopping it.
Well, you might as well just drain out this clock, Dave. Let's see.
Well, no,
hey, you should have a pick queued up, but
I was about to pick Robles when he went. That's my fault. I've got this one. My bad, guys.
We're trying to get it stopped to get it rolled back, but
yeah.
I contacted. Well, let's see. I don't know if they're gonna let us. Where is admin here?
Did one join?
I just emailed. So
yeah, I don't know. So hopefully we can get it rolled back here. But it's moving right along.
What a way to start the stream, huh?
All right, there you go. You jump in and you just wreck your whole draft. We've been talking about how much we liked your draft, and now
it's turned to shit.
Framber Valdez. Do
we have an update on him?
I mean, I don't think there has a decision's been made yet.
He'll end up being fine, be out for 3 weeks and be the Cy Young, and Randy just stole him. Or Dave just stole him.
I mean, them signing Jake Odorizzi obviously is a precursor for some nervousness from their part.
Bruce, take your time here and see if we can get.
Hey, honestly, we could just. Well, I bet you if we just had Dave. Mike just said Dave could maybe say who he wanted, nobody draft him, and then we get it taken care of when we're done.
If that's okay with you guys.
I'm okay with that. I can't speak for the people who aren't in the stream.
The problem is there's a lot of people not in the stream. So.
Oh, whoever fucking did that needs a kiss. Ah, damn it!
You weren't going to get him anyway, bro.
Charles, what are you doing?
Yeah, there was no way Ramon was getting past Bruce and myself, though.
Let's see.
Did everybody see my tweet or something this morning, or what?
No. Whoa. Oh, Lance McCullers. There you go. Son of a bitch.
I don't even know who's on my team.
I'm
probably a pretty big issue.
Help to try to roll it back.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen that they didn't hop on pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let it. I'm gonna use my entire clock and hope that we get admin in here.
I'm going to use my entire clock because I have a queue set, so I'm fine with that.
I'm just seeing if I can.
Good, because I don't know who I'm picking and I don't know who's on my team. So
Sounds like a typical Greg play.
it's a problem.
I wouldn't say it's a problem. Definitely not a problem for the rest of us.
I mean, no surprise, I was an idiot and just didn't have anybody behind Robles, but you know.
Well, you also, I mean, you can't really expect that you're going to just have that massive of a lag spike. So, well, that was. There goes my queue. I had 2 players in my queue. I had Corbin as number 1. I had Yastrzemski as number 2. So I still got one of them. I was just really hoping for Corbin. I think he's going to have a bounce back. So, what is his phone number?
You got that? You want to call him? Text him?
I'm sending him a text.
Yeah, if you want to text him. I sent an email, but
Dave, has the person that you've wanted, has he been selected yet?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna. It's okay.
Okay.
I can take best available, whatever I got best available. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
dude, you guys, there we go. It's paused. He got it now.
All right, there we go.
That's good. I'm glad that we wasted enough of the clock that we didn't go that far.
Now now you can't take who I'm taking here or I want. So, which I don't know who it is yet, but.
So, a question: if we roll it back, is everyone else stuck with their current picks?
No, all he'll do is he'll just pick.
There we go. Okay. He's gonna roll it back to the Framber pick.
Uh-oh. Well, just don't take somebody that was already taken, probably.
Yeah, that's fine.
You do whatever you want.
Do what you want.
Yeah.
I didn't pick, so you do what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right. We're good, right?
Hey, all right. Oh yeah, we're good now. All right. Now take Framber again.
Can we roll it back to Robles and then he picks somebody else there?
Who's up? Oh,
it's me. I'm gonna pick where I had that round because then I'm gonna figure out.
So who ended up getting screwed by that? Because I'm pretty sure he went, right?
No, that was David taking.
I picked him.
He took Carlson the following pick.
Got it.
So nothing's been messed up yet. Nothing. Who cares if it is?
All right. Am I an asshole if I pick somebody that other people were picking?
No, good. Do it.
Depends on whose guy you're taking.
Screw them.
Take Razor Ramon.
Don't do it.
I took
off. I knew it. I knew when Dave.
Oh, wait.
I knew it was coming to me. I was, Dave.
Wait, Charles. Sorry,
Dave. Now we're not friends.
Sorry, Charles. I didn't realize. I forgot it was you that took him. I thought it was Ben. So yes, take Yaz from Ben.
Trying to screw me here.
That's amazing. That's great. I totally thought you were coming for Corbin right there, just to piss me off. But
yeah, it definitely crossed my mind. If anybody else had picked him, it wouldn't have crossed my mind.
I'm glad enough that I was comfortable enough with Brantley and with Yaz that I was okay getting either. But Dave, now I'm not going to help you out ever again with any advice.
Am I going to get killed for this pick?
Probably.
I mean, I've been getting killed all night long on Twitter for this pick.
Oh, I want to see now.
Oh god.
Oh, just go check out the thread that was right before the draft.
Why don't you just pick the guy?
Oh, I just subtweeted it. I didn't actually want to look at it.
Damn.
All right, screw it. I'm doing it.
I really hope that Yaz just breaks his leg like day one.
I mean,
Why are you getting killed for that one?
Oh, we've got people that don't believe. I'm not drafting him as a closer. I'm drafting him as a pitcher that's going to strike out ERA and whip most SP3s that every other team's getting. And he's only going to have 80 innings, and he's going to get more strikeouts than.
Yeah. My only question with Williams is he healthy? He's not going to be throwing in a game until at least March 17th.
Let's do it.
Which is just a bit scary for me.
Yeah.
So, I need to see him throwing in spring training before he ends up on any of my teams.
Well, I think he's all right. I don't. Is it going to matter when he gets his 80 innings? It's not like he's a starter.
No, it matters if he's going to get his 80 innings. If he's if he's hurt, then he may not get that.
Yeah. I don't think he's hurt. I think he's
he's definitely hurt. He ended the year on the IL with a shoulder.
You know what I mean. I think he's fine now. I just think it's going to be, and he's a reliever. It's not like he's got to get ramped up to throw 6 innings.
If he's throwing by March 17th or March 20th, then he's ready for the season. And fuck you, Randy.
But I mean, where can you get it? I mean, he's basically going to get you SP3 numbers.
Yeah. And I mean, if Hader gets traded, he's already he's a closer and he's top 3 or 4 closer.
Yeah. And he's just he's just going to granted he's not going to have a 0.3 and a 0.6 whip, this year, but
sure as I hope he does.
Well, I mean, if he does, it's just insane. But I mean, my goodness, he's going to be a anchor for your whip and everything. And in a standalone league, I probably would have taken him 2 rounds earlier.
Yeah.
In an overall, probably not. But in a standalone league, I think he's round 9. You could justify it.
If I hadn't taken Yaz, I was going to take Anderson. Walter picked him for a similar reason. And Anderson should at least get double-digit saves as well. That's kind of what I like Anderson. I've been picking Anderson over Williams because of that, just because he should get some saves. But I completely agree on the ratios and everything like that. I have no problem getting a relief pitcher like that that's going to kill it in those.
And same thing with Karinchak. They say, well, he's not going to be the closer. It doesn't matter with him. I mean, he's getting you the Ks. He's, you know what I mean? He's not going to have an outrageous whip. But
it does matter if you're not planning for save somewhere else. Like, I like Nick Anderson. I like Karinchak. I like Williams. But if you draft them and then you don't address other save guys, then it's an issue. And that's been the problem with a lot of people who draft those guys is then they're not going and getting another closer who's actually going to get them saves.
Yeah, and I wouldn't, like I said, in an overall, I'm not pushing those guys up, but in a standalone, I'm pushing them up.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Hey, Justin, you want to scroll that draft board down?
Oh, yes. My bad, guys. Dun, 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 dun. And this Blake dude is pissing me off once again.
Yeah, because you need more shortstops.
He plays other positions.
He does. Wasn't sure if you were mad about Andres or Didi. All I saw was Didi when you started talking.
No. It's Andres Jimenez. I don't need another player who only plays shortstop. So
I mean,
yeah. So let's see. And now we're back to Andy. Andy was behind the scenes listening, but his mic wasn't working, so I didn't bring him in. Let's see.
There's a lot of good players that are still in this area here.
Yep, I'm eyeing up quite a few of them.
I was very curious when 6-0 would go.
He was going to go in 6 picks, so
I figured he would go at some point. I was a little surprised that he had. I wouldn't say he necessarily fell. I think his ADP is a little high, but
Andy has taken all my play, honestly, except that Morton pick.
Yeah, let's see.
Who's Mike? Who took my boy Vasquez? Oh, of course you did.
It was Zito.
Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah. I thought if Vasquez had made it back to me, I probably would have taken him. But
I mean,
there goes Alcantara.
Why wouldn't you draft JT Realmuto at pick 160?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's not gonna hit for the power that Realmuto will, but he's got such a safe base from a catcher that you love that, in the 10th round. So,
yep.
All right. Oh, I was going to ask Randy who's going to pick here. Somebody loves the Correa pick. There we go. Dun, dun, dun.
Who had Correa?
Somebody loves Correa. I don't mind Correa. I mean,
I didn't see where he went. I didn't realize he went two rounds.
He went to Andy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Andy also took Kimbrel. Good pick for a kind of cheaper closer who's definitely got the role until he explodes again. So
that's a good pick right there, Reese Hoskins. I like that one.
Yeah.
Is Hoskins? He hasn't played yet, right? I don't think he's played in a game yet.
That's fine. He saves all the power for the season.
I think what did they say? I think they said he was going to be, wasn't Thursday.
Yeah, he didn't play yesterday, and he has not yet played. So
that is another one that could hurt without the DH.
Yeah.
Just because they're going to have, I mean, coming off of that, you're going to get rest and things,
I still think that they bring it in. I think like 2 days before the season, they're going to announce that there's a DH. They're going to announce that the playoffs are changing in some capacity. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I still believe. I'm not as comfortable in that belief as I was, a few weeks ago. But
I just keep hearing from people on live talk radio that there's so many baseball insiders that are just so convinced that it's going to happen that it feels tough for it to not happen when that many people are convinced. That's all.
Hey, Mike Warner drafted a setup guy. Good for him.
I was going to say, who's taking Pham?
I was curious. I didn't want to have to take him. I only took Brantley over him because there's more health, but I just didn't necessarily need the steals.
I mean, he didn't get stabbed, Brantley.
Yeah, well,
he didn't admit to being.
Greg, who are you taking to right now?
Me?
Yeah.
He's gonna snipe. He's gonna snipe me right here, and I'm gonna be really pissed about it.
Yeah, I gotta take your guy, man.
Who are you taking?
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't gonna take Urshela, so I'm okay with that.
I think he's just. I think he can help just help maintain my batting average. I think, and I got a pretty good base here, so why not? And he's gonna give me a little power, and third base is dog shit from now on.
I'm gonna go back to the wall on my boy Montas.
That could be an awesome pick. I got him on a lot of teams.
I think he's supposed to pitch tomorrow.
Do you think 2 years ago was a mirage, or is last year more of a mirage, Justin?
No, I think he just needs to keep the juice up, man. Keep doing it.
Mm-hmm. You can say the same thing about Cano.
Do them all. Keep them.
Yeah, I mean, he said he's going to start throwing his splitter more, which I love. So, I mean, if he does that, he could have a really big season. I mean, I know that he had that really bad stretch middle of the year, but I mean,
he finished the season strong.
Yeah, he finished the season really strong. He's that rotation.
He's someone that in a dynasty league I'm willing to buy because I think he's going to have enough of a rebound to mix up.
That was the other guy I was thinking about. Damn, Bruce is murdering me in this draft.
I kind of knew that. You don't want to draft next to me, bro.
This is. I'm glad this is the last draft I'm going up against you this year because this has just been brutal.
Hey, Bruce, how would you like me to fund your main event so you could be right next to Justin?
I mean, if you'd like to, I'd definitely love that. I mean, let's go for it. Shoot.
Hey, we still got the Beat Justin Mason League, correct, Justin?
Yeah, that's right. Sunday the 28th at 4 p.m. Eastern, if anybody wants to join.
Okay.
How much is that league?
$350.
$350, and you win. First place is $1,400, second place $700, and the overall is $125,000.
Yep.
It's a lot of money.
Oh, and then this Nelson guy has been crushing me as well. I've been up against him in a few drafts. He's a pretty sharp dude.
Yeah, Dave, you were in this last year, right?
I was. I fell to the back of the line right towards the middle of the year, though.
If you could stop taking my players, I'd be super grateful.
Oh, he took him. I was building the pillow and Paul took him.
Yep, I wanted Marco to fall. I needed a closer, so that's the only reason I took Montero, but I would have preferred Marco over him.
No, I was talking Gallo.
Yeah, he wanted Gallo.
Look at the pillow that I built.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew it was coming at some point.
Oh, I almost took him last round. But...
Don't worry, Bobby Dahlbeck will be there for you later.
Oh, we know that.
Dave, I'm a little upset about the camera angle this year. We're not getting to see the pile.
Yeah, can we adjust that, please?
No, we're good here.
All right, let's see if this Nelson guy screws me over once again. I think his name's Zach Nelson. He's been in a few leagues with me, I think, this year, and he's not fun to draft with. So
the name sounds so familiar.
But I like the team. I like the team he's putting together: Darvish, Harper, Marte, Lynn, Moncada, Altuve, Swanson, Kenley Jansen, Victor Robles, Fran Mill, Tyler Mahle. He's got a pretty sick team. I like this. We can't let him win, though. We can't let someone from outside the staff beat us.
I mean,
he's actually drafting.
There's CJ Cron. Oh, shit.
He's actually in another draft with me right now.
Bruce, how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
But what, CJ Cron? I love it. I mean, I love seeing where CJ Cron's going. I've been into CJ Cron for like over a year now. I feel
like trying to upset Bruce is like the toughest thing in the world.
Oh no, man, it's easy. Not right now though, dude. Okay, so low key, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I meditated. I meditated beforehand, and I read some books and stuff. So I chilled out. So y'all really can't. You can't really mess with it right now, in my opinion. Like, you can't upset me, so we'll be good.
Walter wants us to rate his team on a scale of 10 to 10.
Shit.
Hey, but we know Walter. I won't comment because I bid $400 on Yario Munoz one time on accident, but Walter's gonna get beaten fab, so we all know that
that's where Walter falls apart.
I'm still irritated about that.
I do like Walter's strategy of only drafting starters with the last name that starts with a G. So I mean, it's a really interesting strategy. I don't know if he can keep it up the whole way.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. All right, Bruce, don't snipe me here.
I'm not sniping nobody. We're gonna go this route. Actually.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that because I want my boy Ian Happ.
Yeah, you can have him.
You want your boy Ian Happ?
I do. Hit at the top of that Cubs lineup, which will be great until July when they trade everybody.
Okay.
Don't worry, they'll get JD Davis back when they trade him for Chris Bryant. Or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I get it. But, that's another 7-hitter for the Cubs.
Well, if they trade everyone, they'll probably put JD at number 5 or 4.
I just have to do it, I think.
Everything sounds like a task with you, Greg.
Right?
It is.
It is, yeah. Imagine being married to him.
I feel like I am. I do a podcast with him.
Bless your heart.
Lynn Frazier. Oh, there you go. Do you believe he's going to play full time?
I have no idea. I clicked him.
I think. I mean, just based on what I'm hearing in New York, there's no reason to think that he won't. I mean, I honestly did not realize that he improved his defense enough last year that he was considered a Gold Glove finalist. I didn't realize that he played that good a defense last year. So, if that was his biggest issue, that was what kept him out of the lineup most of the time. It wasn't the hitting; it was his defense. So if he plays good defense, he's going to be there 150 games.
Hicks, Judge, Clint Frazier, Gardner. Yeah,
Gardner's backup.
Stanton and Judge. Can you count on him to be there?
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll find his way to 140 plus games.
Yeah, if he doesn't get hurt, he's playing 150 games. I think that's how I see it.
Yeah, they've got at some point they've just got to let him hit, right? He's just got to get up there and rake.
I would think so.
I mean,
who knows?
I mean, what's he do last year?
Raked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
it's
not going to change. He's always been able to hit relatively well. It was mostly in this kind of same thing. You know, playing in New York, you get so many people get into your brain, especially if you're playing bad defense. You get booed in Yankee Stadium. It feels terrible to get booed by your home team. I'm wondering if maybe he played better. And the same thing can be said about Edwin Diaz, is because there was no crowds in New York last year and you know that's how it was with a lot of places. But with no fans, you don't get booed if you suck. So it allows you to work through it a little easier. So that's one thing that I'm worried about Edwin Diaz with. That's something I'm worried about Gary Sanchez. Something that I'm worried about Clint Frazier.
Well, if they suck, I will be booing him on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't think he gives a shit about that.
I won't. I never add a player, but I will talk. I will call them into my office and I will have a deep discussion with them. So
you do what you got to do.
I will. There's been a few that have been warned over the years. They straighten up or you're gone. You don't usually listen, but you know.
Well, you're a parent. You're used to people.
Oh God, no kidding. Right?
So
it's pretty bad. My kids laugh at me now.
I think everyone laughs at you.
I'm pretty proud of me.
Makes a lot of sense.
Well, actually, my wife and I were just discussing that. Our older kids were scared of us. Now we just, with this, there's 10 years difference between our youngest and our middle kid. And the youngest one, he knows we're not going to do anything to him. He looks at us like, yeah, right.
Apparently, I just got a text from my wife a little bit ago. Apparently, my youngest decided that she wanted to stick her whole hand in her mouth at the dinner table, and then proceeded to vomit everywhere. So,
yeah,
I'm glad I'm in here.
So we should we do that for the live stream?
No, let's not. I don't think I have to say no to that, but just in case, the answer is no.
Hey, I don't know. I've been told that I'm allowed to do whatever on the podcast in the past. So,
all right, let's see. So we've Taylor Rogers just went off the board. Colome went off a lot earlier.
That's a mess this year.
I don't want to play that game unless I'm getting both.
With Rogers and Colome.
Yeah.
I still think that I feel Colome is the safer of the two, but I think that they would likely start with Rogers just because he's been there. I feel that they'll run out with him, and if he blows it, then they go to Colome. Because Colome has shown in the past he can be an eighth-inning guy. He did it in Seattle, so it's not impossible for him to be able to do it again.
But I mean, the only thing that Rogers, he's left-handed, so I mean, are they going to use?
They have, and Brad Hand's left-handed. They've used him. So.
Yeah, but Rogers he's been the part-time closer. He's never really been, they've never given him the full run.
2 years ago, I thought he had the full run. No,
I don't think he had full run then. But
I'm trying to remember who they would have had closing because they still would have had Trevor May. I don't know who else they would have had closing with Taylor Rogers 2 years ago. I guess
he did have most. He took over. So
I thought that's a good pick by Blake.
Yeah, I think he took over. You're right. He took over from May, and
Trey Mancini is a good pick. That was the 13th round pick by Blake.
Yeah, Blake's got a strong team right now.
I would have picked Trey Mancini, who's stopping like you.
He went with our buddy John Fish's boy, Zach Eflin there.
Yeah.
So when he collapses, it's his own fault. I'll tell you that right now. So never Eflin and never Musgrove ever.
Why never Musgrove? You just
never.
You feel like it. Have you heard my analogy of Charlie Brown kicking a football with Musgrove?
Yeah, it's been how many years? 5, 6, 7? He's gonna do it, right?
I keep falling for it too every fucking year.
I think I got him on a couple early teams because he was going so late that it was. Why not? But
Yeah,
Where's he going?
you're paying for it now. He's going, right
120?
outside. Yeah, we're right outside of the top 100.
Yeah, no way. If I miss out, I miss out, but I'm not doing it anymore.
No, I completely understand.
Not, that's.
I take my shots here and there, but
we talked about that on our pod. I think Bruce, Randy, Ben, and I the other night was we're willing to miss. Drafting missing on a guy is not losing your league, but because he does well, it's when you miss on 5 or 6 that you did draft that suck. That's when you get beat, and when you know better too.
I think that the only risk that I see, to stay on the same point, the only risk I have is I feel like with closers, but there's always risk with 90% of the closers anyway. So,
Right.
Well, that's why I like to get one. I mean, I used to play that wait. I like to get one early, and then I like to get another one, or a reliever. I think relievers really help your team last year. The second chance DC that we had, I think towards the end of the season, I was starting 6 relief pitchers and 3 starters. And I got 3rd overall in that. And because they were so valuable in a short season, I think this isn't going to be a short season, but I still think they're going to be valuable with the amount of innings. We still got COVID. We got a dead ball. We have no pitchers are going to be going 200 innings. COVID's around, like I said. You're going to have double headers again, 7-inning games. I mean, starting pitchers are going to be a problem this year again, and I think people are kind of overlooking that.
The DC that you're in with me that I won last year, Greg, I'm pretty sure I was doing similar with about 6 relievers.
Yeah.
I would say.
I mean,
there were probably some weeks I was throwing out 7, maybe. I don't know.
Yep.
I remember having a lot.
And honestly, mine wasn't always by choice. I had no choice. I had 2 starters. So speaking of that, I'm going to go with a dude that just throws 102 of straight gas.
Yeah, the problem is I just don't trust St. Louis in terms of how they're going to use that bullpen.
I hear you.
All right. Well, I didn't think I was going to take a catcher until later, but if you guys are going to give me Austin Nola, I guess I'll take him.
They have said that they were planning on using Hicks as the closer, though, already, right? Then they've already discussed that.
They've mentioned a bunch of guys. It could be Hicks, it could be Gallegos, it could be Andrew Miller, it could be Alex Reyes, Ryan Helsley still there. I mean, it could be a bunch of guys. So I think Hicks, if they're going to give it to a guy, Hicks probably gets the first shot. But
Hicks is their best arm.
Well, if his control is intact from, that's the last thing to come back from Tommy John. Yeah. So it's a matter of can he command his pitches? And I need to see it first.
Him taking the entire year off as opposed to coming back last year probably is going to work in his favor, at least in that sense. So
nice pick there, Bruce. You're just fucking killing me, man. Just unbelievable.
Damn it. I was hoping I should have waited. I should have taken Kluber and then Hicks, but
Zach Nelson again.
That's because we're in too many drafts together.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, we're sitting over here cussing at people in this 1-hour draft that we joined. We thought we'd be through 30 rounds, and we're through 5, I think. So annoying.
Another little mini closer on here.
Now there's one I'm not sure about. Matt Barnes.
I think Barnes gets the first shot, but I think he's going to end up getting traded at some point.
Is there anyone who's still unsigned that's out there that could take the job from him?
No.
Who?
I was asking if there was anyone still out there.
No, I don't think so. All right, I got Mike Warner coming in, so I'm going to boot out Charles. Charles, it was great seeing you, buddy.
See you, Charles.
See you, Charles.
Hi, Charles.
What up?
And there's Mike Warner, who's been drafting very well and screwing me over left and right. How you doing, buddy?
Let me in. Let me in here. Damn it. Fuck.
Hey, now don't time out with your first pick on the stream like I did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I'm sitting here like, okay, let's just stop the draft for the idiot that didn't draft somebody. It's fine. 19 picks went by. Let's all back it up.
Damn it. God damn it.
We did it just so Ben could lose his pick.
Ah.
I was gonna double tap on catchers right there and take Gary Sanchez. But
I thought about doing that with Garver last rounds, but then I was like, nah, you know what? I want fucking Shohei Ohtani. That's who I want.
This is my first draft I think I've had this year where I have not gotten a UT only player.
So there's still a draft left.
Clearly, Mike, you're drafting Ohtani as a pitcher then, right?
Yes.
Because you've got Stanton already.
Yes.
All right.
I know if you want me to embellish more on that, but
yeah, because I don't love that move considering you have UT only guy that you can't then really use him as a hitter.
I feel like Stan will get outfield eligibility at some point. I would assume if he doesn't, then I'd be shocked. But
rehab games.
Where do you think Stan's playing exactly? Because right now all the outfield spots are taken.
Yeah, but I mean, there could be off days. I think he can get 10 games or whatever it is. You know,
I think it's going to take a little bit longer than you think.
Sure, it could, but I want Ohtani as a pitcher anyways. So
yeah,
I think Stan's going to be tied to the outfield, and it's based entirely on Judge's health and Clint Frazier's glove.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. I mean, things kind of play themselves out. Draft skills, not roles.
I don't mind Stanton. I don't mind the Stanton pick. I just make fun of it. So
yeah, actually,
I'm sure you did.
Either.
I was happy to get him because Walter always grabs him.
I was actually looking for him to maybe look to draft him, and I looked up and saw that he'd taken him because I've kind of lost track of my own draft and my dumbass things I've been doing. So, but I think I really think I'm crushing it though.
Oh, nice pick there, Ben.
Thank you.
I was thinking about him right there.
This is another one of my favorites, Justin, and there's no way he's coming back. There's no way he should come back to me, so I'm going to take him now. But.
Justin, how much did that pain you to say?
Oh, Andrew Vaughn. Pain me to say what?
Good pick, Ben.
Well, it's the first time I've had to say it a whole draft, so, I mean, it's okay.
It's probably the first time I'll hear it my entire life.
Yeah.
Who took CJ Crone?
That's I think Zach Nelson was the guy, right?
That really pissed me off.
Yeah,
really pissed me off.
He's one of the people not on the staff, and he's been absolutely crushing it. And so, which I don't like to see. I clearly want to see one of us win this league.
Nelson and Blake, the only two that aren't on staff, I think, right?
Yeah.
There's one.
Zito. Zito's not on the staff either.
Oh yeah.
You would think with a staff of like 40, you think with a staff of 40 people, we'd be able to get 15 people to sign up, but
dude, I was like pulling teeth, man.
Yeah. For how much we pay, I'm not shocked.
Yeah, right?
The $125 draft.
I'm also surprised that our staff is that high.
It's probably not anymore. That's probably the problem.
Probably lost a few.
Yeah. Sean Murphy, you're not worried about him potentially starting the year on the IL?
No, I think that he's going to be fine. When you look at the whole entire, literally I have 3 catchers left that I have ranked with positive value. So, yeah, and he's one of them.
Yeah. Value.
Yeah, keyword value.
Oh, God damn it. Who was that? Freaking Mike Alexander.
Wait, are you talking about Donaldson or Kelenic? Niche.
Yeah, Kelenic. Yeah.
I like the Donaldson pick. I don't know who took Donaldson, but that was
that was Randy.
I was between Donaldson and Turner. I just figured I'd go with the better average.
I thought with the injury I might be able to get Kelenic next round.
I mean, that's awesome, Randy. Randy got Vlad Jr. in round 14. Awesome.
Vlad Jr. in round 14. What a dickhead thing to say.
Have you met Greg? That's all he says.
Huh?
You cannot find that upside of Vlad Jr. later. You just can't do it, Greg. You're crazy.
Well, I'm just saying. Come on. I'm not ripping on the Donaldson pick. I'm ripping on the Vlad pick there, Randy.
Did he also take Vlad?
No.
That's Walter.
Yeah, Walter took Vlad.
Not scrolling. I'm just sitting right now, barely looking at the stream, so I'm not looking at the teams.
I'm surprised that Vlad didn't start out first 3 rounds. Mookie Betts, Vlad Jr., Giancarlo Stanton.
Betts falling to 7 was very good. So
that's about where he's going, man. It's really is.
Damn it, Blake.
He's going.
I contemplated before. It was either Betts.
Some people take him at 9.
I almost took Betts. It was Betts or Trey Turner, and I had just ended up going Turner.
Yeah.
But I could have went Betts. I went back and forth on it for. I had a feeling it was going to be either one of those two.
TGFBI.
Did you?
Yeah.
I went Tatis number 1 in TGFBI. And I actually felt pretty good about it.
I think you can make an argument for like 7 or 8 guys at number 1.
You can.
That's why I don't want to draft number 1 ever.
No. KD has sent me the number 1. That's why I actually set it for this draft because I just didn't want to be number 1 again.
Oh.
Andres Jimenez was a really good pick too. I forgot who took him, but that was a really good pick. Wherever they got
someone took him and pissed off Justin.
Yeah, that was
Nelson.
Blake. Yeah.
No. That was a strong pick.
Blake from the 1 spots had a very, very good draft. So,
hey, Rosario was a strong pick. Whoever chose him, that was really good.
Yeah, that was Blake again. Yeah. So Blake has taken Tatis, Flaherty, Robert, Hader, Judge, Teoscar, Max Fried, Chris Paddock, Eddie Rosario, Didi Gregorius, Andres Jimenez, Zach Eflin, Trey Mancini, Eduardo Rodriguez, and now Ha-Seong Kim. So it's a pretty solid
he's light on speed. That's about it. That's all I think. And although he's got Tatis and Jimenez, so
he's got Kim could get some steals too. So
did he just draft Kim? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he just drafted Kim. So
wait, am I on the clock?
No, Zito.
I have a major. I need Trout to steal 50 on this team.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Trout to steal 50.
That's the only thing that's going to get me stolen bases on this team.
Yikes.
You probably should have drafted a better team construction.
That would
Come to think of it, I don't really have steals either.
Well, I mean, it would have been awesome if Justin wouldn't have been a dick and taken Mondesi. I would have started Trout Mondesi.
I still would have taken Mondesi though. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't get that.
I locked up steals in my first 3 rounds, and
you guys have been ragging on me about Mondesi for 3 years, and now you're like, oh yeah, we'll take him just so you don't get him.
That's partially what I'm doing.
You guys are knowingly going to lose the league. In your opinion, you're going to lose the league just to spite me.
Yes, I will.
I mean, you've got who? Fuck you, Warner.
Boy, it wasn't personal. I need fucking speed. I just realized myself after I was talking shit about everybody else not having speed that, wait a minute, I don't have speed.
God damn you, dude.
Hey, Hamilton's still available. Fuck you, Walter.
Nobody likes you, Walter.
I like Walter.
What? You
shouldn't.
You got me into Top Shots, dog. I gotta love Walter, man. Let's go.
I'm
Top Shots is like the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't understand how video clips.
You don't gotta understand to make money, my friend.
I get it. Like, you know what? And I have a few friends that are making like crazy thousands of dollars off of this, and I applaud them. I just don't have the time to wait. Stay awake until like 4 a.m. whenever a pack drops, and then
What the hell are you talking about? Like 10 o'clock in the morning is when the pack drops, or like
I know nothing about it. All I know is from what I've.
I'm just saying.
I literally know nothing about Top Shot. Somebody tried to explain it to me the other day, and I was just like, "Yeah,
basically just virtual trading cards."
Yeah. It made no sense. Because it doesn't make sense because it's going to hold no sentimental value at all.
It's gifts. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm going to start making my own Top Shot videos, and I'm going to sell them. Just
go for them. Get the NBA to back you, and I'll see how good it is.
Whoever is the like marketing head for that brand, like I want them for any business venture that I want to come up with. It's like insane what they've been able to do.
Well,
Wild.
are they paying? Have they paid out yet? I mean, like, has anybody cashed out? Actually got their money from cashing out?
I've heard some
Yeah.
people have, yeah.
Because I know for a while
I
it
mean-
was like, oh, we're just going to keep all your money for a while.
Oh, I have not heard that. Again, I know nothing about this.
I
so.
mean, that's my whole issue with like digital currency to begin with. Is I'm just afraid like it's going to be like Poker Stars, and like all of a sudden everybody's money's gone. You know,
Poker Stars
Right.
never did that. They actually cashed out fully for everything. It was full.
Or, sorry,
They're the-
full tilt, whatever.
Full Tilt was a Ponzi scheme. This isn't a Ponzi scheme, and if it is a Ponzi scheme,
You
the
don't
NBA
know it. Yeah, you don't know if it's a Ponzi scheme or not.
Oh no, I don't. I highly doubt the NBA would actually get into a Ponzi scheme. But hey, if they do, I mean, they do.
The Mets did.
Well, that's the Mets, bro. That doesn't really say much there.
You are right.
I mean, that kind of fits the bill for the Mets.
Yeah,
I mean, out of everything, you'd be like, well, yeah, the Mets did it. Well, duh. I mean, come on.
Dave,
Dave,
fuck
Dave.
off.
What do you want, James Paxton?
I did. I don't have enough
Paul,
starters. But
Paul.
I just wrote him up recently for.
Yeah, you weren't getting Brady Singer, buddy.
I just I had hoped that Erod and Paxton had fallen to, an extra 6 picks on each play or whatever it was.
What a pitching run! This is like 7-8 straight pitchers.
Yeah, I'm still pissed at Mike for fucking taking Margot.
I don't know why you're mad.
I settled for Benintendi there. Think he can bounce back? And
Absolutely not. He's
No.
the most average baseball player in the world.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's
Being
giving
average in the majors is pretty good, though.
yeah, if you're getting average stats,
Dave, you're
all across
killing
the
me,
board,
man.
like, that's
Can I get-
fine.
He's
can I get
he's
a
gonna be like
Rip him.
270.
Can I get a 260 average and 15 stolen bases from him?
You might. Yeah.
If he can go 15-15, 260 or 270, like
God, I'll
you'll
take it.
you'll take
He's
that
just-
at this point.
He's
Like,
gonna do it
that's
on
fair.
785 plate appearances.
Hey,
Okay.
we're gonna don't bring Ozzy
That's
Alves
Vlad
into the
Jr.,
conversation.
but nobody hears me on that with Vlad Jr., but hey, whatever.
Don't bring
What?
Albies into this conversation.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Albie's chosen, I was like, God, thank God I'm not on the stream. I just don't even want to hear Albie's name anymore.
Well, you're basically saying that Benintendi is. So I got Ozzy Albies at pick 230.
Wasn't that
No,
what Bruce? It wasn't that Bruce's
stop
argument last year.
Yeah, it was,
What?
and it was still a bad argument.
No. I mean, you're taking Cabrian Hayes back when you took him, and go look at his numbers he's going to put up. Dude almost puts up, he's going to put up a low amount of RBI and run total, and that's going to hurt you in the 9th round. I get what everyone's saying about my hate on Ozzy Albies. It's the same thing on Vlad. I'm sorry that the numbers just don't look good when you play them out.
He's in the best shape of his life.
Hey, I
He
love
feels as good as he's ever
I
felt.
love that,
I-
and just
I
give me some
mean-
data behind the batting that he did last year to really make me think, Vlad's going to hit 30 bombs. We're going to get a ton of power from Ozzy. I think he upticked his power a little bit, but he has to play a full season of 650 plate appearances to really put up that line, which he can, but I'd rather lean somewhere else personally.
Are we forgetting about the dead ball and more teams adding the humidor?
No, I'm not. I'm just going off of.
I think a
trade
lot of people
stats.
I think a lot of people are ignoring it.
I think so too. Yeah, no, you're right.
I think it's too hard to predict how it's going to affect people. Like, I mean, that's
Well,
like,
I think, but a lot of people are using 2019 as a kind of a standard to evaluate players. They're discounting 2020, and it's going to be more like 2018, but 4 years later.
yeah. No, I agree.
I mean, so
I'm
really,
incorporating it into my draft strategies. The guys who hit doubters. That's
Yeah.
a nice pick there, Bruce. I like that pick.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Who?
My Q is getting destroyed since my last pick.
Well, I find that if you put like 85 players in your queue, then you don't know how destroyed he gets.
That's a fair point.
It is.
I
I'm
think
like, I still have guys there. It's fine.
I have people there, but I had I don't know, a queue of 20 and like my top 7 players all went off.
That's how I'm averaging, and I'm averaging 15 seconds a pick in TGFBI right now.
Yeah, I saw you post that the other day on Twitter. I was like, my goodness. Justin's bedroom time on screen.
Yeah. Oh, my wife's in the league. I got to show her how to do it quick. Like I always. God damn you, fucking Mike. Ah!
You like Bradley too? My God,
I
I'm
love
sorry.
Bradley. What isn't there to like about Bradley, dude? He's been one of
His
the
beard.
best. There's been fuck you. One of the best relievers in baseball over the last year and a half. I mean, he's
the like obvious closer in Philly, right? Like
I think
like
so.
No.
You don't think so?
You think
never the
Harris?
obvious? He's well. I mean, he's not saying he shouldn't be, but he's never the obvious closer.
I think that Neris is like heavily erratic.
Yeah, Neris isn't that good.
This is true.
Okay.
And you know it's pick 225, so
Yeah, no, I think he's worth taking there. I just don't think he's gonna get
20 saves.
15
20
saves. They'll split him up in there.
He'll get 20 saves.
Damn, who just took Heimer Candelario?
I don't know, someone who doesn't like winning. Oh, it's just,
No, Candelario made some really good changes, and I think he's primed for like 25 home runs and like a really good batting average.
I like
He's gonna
that
hit the middle
dual
of
ability.
that loaded lineup.
God
Senzel's my
damn it,
next player.
Randy. Fuck Randy.
Yeah, that was a good pick. Senzel's gonna either break out or bust terribly again. One or the other. It's not gonna be in the middle.
Jesus, my queue is being murdered right now. Colton Wong goes, Gary Hansen.
Oh my goodness.
If you have a queue of 30 players, you won't know it as much.
Yeah, no, I'm noticing.
Yeah, now I'm noticing. I'm starting to see the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, it dwindles fast, doesn't it? I feel like I got to queue players like 200 picks early, just so I don't feel bad about seeing them sit there.
The real question is, Gregory Polanco back?
Yeah, I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that fucking again.
I'm joking. I don't want to be joking, but I am joking.
I'd love to see him be good, but I'd
love to see him be healthy for like 3 years.
It's the same thing with Mitch Haniger. People are pushing Mitch Haniger up the boards now too, and it's like, I'm sorry, like he has to prove he can stay on the field before I'm going to draft him again.
Even if he stays on the field, where's he playing at this point? They're going such full rebuild that what's the point of even playing Haniger?
He'll play. No, he'll play.
He'll play, but where's he going to play? He's going to play right field. They have Kyle Lewis already. He's not playing over Kalenic. Like, who's he playing over?
I don't think Kalenic is going to start the year, is he?
No.
Do you know if Haniger's going to start the year?
Yeah, Haniger.
Yeah, right now. He's sliding in there.
They need to recoup his value so they can trade him.
Right.
You know, they've got to, I mean, right
He
now.
doesn't have a terrible contract. I think he's only got 2 years and he's only got like 20 total million on it or something.
Right now they have Kyle Lewis playing center.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I just didn't want to look it up. But yeah, I thought Kyle Lewis was playing center and that they had Haniger and right.
Like, is Ty France blocking anybody? Like, I mean.
Right. And don't they have like Jake Fraley on the bench and like some other random dude?
Who's playing left for them?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's like Jake Fraley / somebody else.
Trammell.
Oh yeah, Taylor Trammell, yeah.
So, but until Kalenic comes up, then Kalenic's out and left.
And then at some point, J-Rod will be up, but that's probably, what, 2 years away?
Yeah, he's not coming up this year. He'll be up mid-season next year.
Elvis Andrus, that was a good pick from who took Andrus?
Andy took him.
And Oda Rizzi, was that Randy? Yeah, I thought Oda Rizzi was a decent pick, and Andrus was a good pick.
Yeah, I like those picks.
Let's go ahead and see what Rizzi planning to sign. See where he's going.
I don't like either of them.
You don't like anything.
Need more speed.
I made up a little speed on my end.
And then I did get Margot. I had Margot, Brandon Lau, Trey Turner. That's really the only source of speed.
It got speed.
So I went from being like the biggest Gleyber Torres hater to drafting him in every league that I'm in this year.
Yeah, I remember. I think you had talked about him when we did FWFB 30 that you weren't high on him.
Yeah, I just didn't think that he was a top 30 to 40 pick. And then I took him like, I think close to 60 in this draft because I didn't think he would make it back to me.
I mean, it's a great buyback opportunity.
Yeah. He's another guy that needs no crowds in New York for him to, or needs a crowd probably to actually play better. He played terrible last year.
Had anything to do with it. I think he got injured, and We only saw a couple months of a sample.
Watching him last year, he just looked so uncomfortable in the field that I think that played a massive part of it. The injury played a part of it, and I don't know. Some people just play better with the crowd, and he has shown that he has been able to do that. So that's just me watching TV in New York. So I'm not going to be correct on everything, but
I might time out. I don't know who to take.
Crammer. Oh, wow. Holy shit. And there goes the aforementioned Mitch Haniger. Interested to see why Walter thinks he's going to stay healthy.
I didn't take Haniger. I was going to say, it was not me.
No. You took Hilliard. I like, but a little bit earlier than I thought he would go.
Honestly, I think he's going to go like 25-20 with like a 230 average.
Going to add to my positional flexibility and take another triple eligible guy.
Gallegos is good. That's a good pick. Walker.
Paired him with Hicks, so now I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah,
there you go. Watch, it'll be Ryan Helsley.
That ain't happening.
Or like Alex Reyes.
So I can't. Was it like 3 or 4 years ago? There was like everybody's like, oh, it's either Coda Glover or
Blake Trinan.
Blake Trinan for the Nationals, yeah. Or Sean Kelly. And so everybody was just grabbing all of those guys in drafts, and then they traded for Sean Doolittle and just fucked everybody.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Glover's out of the league now. So
yeah, he's retired. Not a nice pick there.
But to be fair, Trinan was getting the save opportunities. He gets traded and then goes and becomes a dominant closer out in Oakland. Yeah. So, and then it sucked the next year. So
he was not like you're talking last year.
No, this was like 2018.
Yeah, I would say he was actually Trinan was really good, except for a couple bad.
He was good last year in the shortened season. He was terrible 2 years ago when he got traded over to LA from Oakland. Yeah. But his first year in Oakland, he was fantastic. So
Isaiah Falefa.
Mr. Falafel.
Oh, fuck you, Paul. God damn it.
Him not having catcher this year really sucks.
Yeah. What are you mad at him for? Nimmo or Castro?
Yeah. Nimmo, fucking, that hurt. I've been getting crushed on my outfielders.
I know it sounds dumb, but I actually am a little intrigued by Detroit's lineup from a fantasy perspective. They have a lot of guys that are really economical when it comes to their draft costs, like Willie Castro, Victor Reyes. Heimer Candelario, I'm just really all in on for this year. I think he's going to be in a really good position if he can stay healthy. Then Scope, Goodrum, whatever.
Is Isaac Paredes going to stay up?
I don't know.
He was up a little bit last year, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think he's going down to the minors.
I think so too. He's going to go down to
They'll trade someone mid-season and they'll come down.
Right.
I do think Willie Castro is a good player. He wasn't super highly touted, but I think he's got a decent enough bat that he's able to stay in that lineup consistently. Ooh, I'm back up.
You are back up.
You sure are.
Carlos Santana was a nice pick. Was that you, Bruce?
Yeah.
That was a good pick.
Hit a bomb today.
Yeah. I needed a first baseman. I waited quite a while.
Scott Pianowski took him in TGFBI if it gives you any.
I mean, honestly, if you want to know the truth, that doesn't matter to me.
I don't know why it would.
I don't care.
Some people really care if they're some really well-renowned fantasy analysts take their guys or whatever.
I'm on deck in both Rad Slam and TGFBI, and I'm just waiting for my fucking picks.
I've been waiting.
I hate all the Rad Slam tweets because I have no idea about the format at all.
It's like the cut line format. So it's a best ball points league. You get 2 fab pickups throughout the season. So you don't have to do fab all year except for those 2 Tuesdays during the season. It's a really fun format. I really like it actually a lot. But the problem is the return on investment in the actual cut line leagues. Rat Slam's free, obviously, but the return on investment in the actual leagues is awful. So only first place gets paid out in your league, and the majority of the money is going to a huge overall, which is great. But like, I put together an awesome team last year in my cut line, and I had no chance because the dude who was in my league has finished like third in the fucking overall.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, and it's like my team was great. It would have won the majority of leagues out there, but fucking I didn't get fucking
because that
paid
top
shit.
guy was in your yeah.
You know, so it's, you know, I wish that they had a different payout structure. Otherwise, I mean,
How'd you do in the overall?
I can't remember. After a little, you know, after like the last 2-3 weeks of the season, I just stopped paying attention to it because there were no more fab periods, and I knew I wasn't going to catch him.
Well, the thing with the overall, Ben, is in the cut line is like the top 2 teams make it to the next round.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they cut from there. They do like the top how many ever teams, and then it cuts it down. That's why it's called the cut line.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make it above the cut line, and then they hit you down in the. If you lose the first week, you go to the. I don't know what it's called. It's like a consolation round. If you finish in the top 20, you jump back up to the cut line there.
Like a challenger league.
Yeah, and eventually it gets down to the. So I mean, you could have the best team all year long and have a bad 2 weeks, and you're out.
Yeah. So, but it's a fun league, but like, yeah, I just can't rationalize playing, you know, and only paying out one spot, unless you're getting a huge amount for winning that one spot, like a MEQ or something. So,
I miss David Price going.
$250 to win it, Justin. I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think something like that.
$250 if you win.
Yeah, so I mean, almost all the money in the league is going to fucking the overall, which is great, but you know, you've got to just have to be really, really lucky. It's like a GPP.
Well, if you've ever played in more than one cut line, it doesn't matter that there's only 2 fab leagues. Those Tuesdays are a living hell.
Yeah, they are.
Because your fab list is 80 people deep.
Yep. But
Because
by the second fab period, half your league's not paying attention anymore, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only nice part.
And I'm one of those teams.
Yeah. I wasn't last year. I was in it till the end, but I just wasn't going to be able to. Curtis Jones is the guy in my league, and he put together just a phenomenal team.
What do people think of Mike Soroka for this upcoming season?
I don't know how you can draft him in an NFBC league with no IL. We have no idea when he's going to pitch. Like, it's just.
I mean, the most recent report is that they think he's only going to miss a month. Now,
but his velo was way down.
Yeah.
I
mean, I've been looking at it. I was going to wait until the reserve round started before I legitimately looked at him. So.
Yeah, I don't see how. I mean, if in the reserve rounds, that's fine. But if you're counting on him, and a lot of people, you know, up until this point, he was your SP3. Like, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know for a fact he's not pitching for what? A month?
And he doesn't have the strikeout. He doesn't have the strikeout upside to make up the difference from missing that amount of time.
And he's not.
Who knows if his ERA is going to be good?
Yeah, I mean, like I'll buy back in next year. Next year when he's healthy, he'll be on all my teams because he'll be going outside the top 200 picks. But this year, the price you have to pay on him, though, I mean, he went really late in this one. He's gone much earlier in most drafts.
Oh, yeah.
But
one is people starting pitcher 3, man.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, thanks for wasting a pick because you're going to end up dropping him, before he gets back.
Yep.
Now, in a traditional league where you have an IL, it makes a lot more sense. You know, you can stash him. But we have no idea how many people are going to be hitting the IL with increased workloads, with COVID. Like, it's just not a year to gamble on injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, what year is it to gamble on injuries?
No, I mean, I get that. But, like, you know, there's always people. I did in 2019. There's always going to be people who want to go, well, look at this discount I'm getting. And this is not a year. This year and last year are not the years to do that.
Side note, I love Mauricio Dubon. I think that he's a 2020 candidate. At the very least, like a 15-20 candidate.
You mean like 20 games played? No, he's going to platoon. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
He's gonna platoon.
Yeah, the Giants are trying to emulate what Tampa Bay does. Everybody on that team is gonna platoon.
I don't know if he'll
They know
platoon.
that
you would know more and better than me, I guess. But like,
I think he is like ultimately gonna be like a utility, like a super utility kind of player, where he plays everywhere. It doesn't have necessarily set position, but I just don't trust the Giants right now.
Yeah, not there.
You know, like his path to 500 plate appearances is not easy. Not with the way they're doing things.
Do you think that they're going to end up trading Joey Bart with their selection of, I forget who the catcher they just took this past year, but
no.
God damn it, Mike! You took him. It's too long.
Patrick Bailey is not going to knock Joey Bart off of because the DH will be here, next year. It might even be here this year. So
I hope it's here this year.
Right, me too.
So, I'm really hoping so.
That's a great pick there, Mike. No way he should have been still.
I was shocked he was still there.
I'm a little surprised he was still there as well. He was at the top of my queue.
He wasn't getting to you, Ben.
I mean, that's fine. Do you know who you're picking?
No.
Okay, well that doesn't fucking help me.
You guys got all this. You guys are talking all these catchers, and round 29 and 30 will be okay with me.
You're asking if Joey Bart's gonna get traded, please.
Yeah, Joey Bart's not getting traded. Joe Bart's gonna be good.
There you go, Justin.
There, I knew he was coming eventually. You built that pillow up for a reason.
Is there a reason? Like, the same thing with Gonsolin. Obviously, Javier's not in because of COVID currently, because of health and safety protocols. But is there something else that there's a reason they fell this far?
Gonsolin?
No, Javier.
Because he doesn't have a third pitch.
Yeah, he's not that good.
Yeah,
he's not great.
Some things that
he overachieved last year. I know that his metrics weren't great, but he's still my 9th pitcher, so I'll always get some value out of it.
Is he? I mean,
he's gonna be in the rotation for sure. I worry about him. I worry. I'm gonna take a gamble here.
On Fromber?
Gross. Gross.
I got plenty of guys to cover if it doesn't work out, but I love the upside in Lux.
Yeah, what's wrong with Lux?
I really want the Dodgers to play him every day. I really like it. Yeah.
They're playing him a lot in spring.
Yeah.
So, the problem with Javier is he doesn't have a third pitch, and that's going to lead to home runs.
Yeah.
Until he develops a third pitch, I love the, kind of the base skills, but he needs that third pitch if he's going to be a complete starter, and he hasn't yet shown that he's got one. So, and I agree here with Walter. Javier is elite at quality of contact, but he needs a third pitch. Otherwise, he's going to end up as a reliever.
Yeah. Although if he's a reliever, he's likely still giving me decent numbers. So.
Yeah, but I don't think he's a guy you can use as a reliever.
Like I said, he's currently my 9th pitcher, so I was willing to take some of the risk with that.
Pretty much just shit pick, Ben. Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm saying he's not somebody that if he's not good or not getting starts, you're not putting.
Probably not. Like I said, when you're. Yeah, it's kind of like a reserve spot almost because it's still your 9th pitcher.
Dave.
Nice pick, Dave. I really love that.
God damn it, Dave.
What are you getting butthurt about?
And Paul is still crushing, dude. I love Paul.
Yeah, he is.
Who's Paul? Paul who?
Mamino. The guy who won last year.
Gonna win another main event.
Yeah, he's quiet, but that guy's a little stealth.
He's
stealth savant.
Yeah, he's a stud, dude.
I feel like he analyzes data really well. I feel like if more people would analyze data, potentially they would be better too.
Hey, or just say screw data and just wing it.
Yeah, like Greg does. He's successful.
Yeah, please, yes, no, do that while you join all my leagues, please. I need help.
I don't wing. I may act like I wing it, but I don't. I just have a different.
No, what you do is you simplify it. No, you simplify things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's just no reason to study 2,500 people when there's smart people out there. Like,
That's true.
how much smarter do you think you can be than the smartest people out there? And what is that extra? Ooh, I got him for an extra home run than the smartest people out there. Like, that's not a difference of your league.
But that's not why people do it. I mean, it's not to sit back and go prove that you're smarter than the smart people. The smart people are smart regardless. Cool. It's to go kind of push yourself and see if you can do some of the same stuff the smart people do, or if you can learn a little more in depth about some of these guys, in my opinion.
I get that, but that doesn't help me win leagues.
Dumb It Down with Greg should be the podcast name.
I mean, like what I'm saying is that doesn't maybe helps other people, but for me, that doesn't help me. What helps me win leagues is building teams, knowing where to draft the players, and fabbing the shit out of people in season.
I didn't realize that you won the leagues.
I don't usually.
Oh. That makes more sense.
Greg does all right.
All right, Bruce.
I have to win enough to keep playing. My wife isn't going to bust out the credit card.
Damn it, Bruce.
Womp womp.
I guess I'll take my third closer. I'm putting together a bullpen that Walter would be very proud of.
I like Kajarvi.
I've already decided that I'm going to be at the bottom in saves right now, so maybe I'll get lucky. Okay.
Well,
I got Joaquin Soria, Hunter Harvey, and Brad Hand. He won't like the Brad Hand one, but
didn't this guy have didn't he throw like 184 miles an hour the other day too?
Harvey?
It's pretty fast.
Mike Minor?
Yeah, he had an uptick in velo, I think.
Really?
It's so hard to tell with these spring training guns. You just never really know, honestly.
Yep, he reached 94, I guess. And last year he was at 90.6. So, yeah.
I mean, especially if he can eat innings, it's a good ballpark in Kansas City.
I mean, anybody drafting their 8th or 9th pitcher that thinks that their 8th or 9th pitcher is going to be there all year long is insane. So, why does it matter?
Exactly.
Mine is.
Who's yours?
Yeah. Christian Javier is obviously going to be there.
Yeah, it's
Jared Walsh. We got another two-way player.
Another two-way player.
Jared Walsh he was a pitcher and a hitter in the minor leagues.
Mm-hmm.
He's not playing two ways for the Angels, is he?
They are registering him as a two-way player, but they said he's not going to pitch.
No way. Are they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
It's just it's a backup. You use up all your bullpen, one night, and you go. It's the 12th inning. We need someone to throw someone out there. We got Jared Walsh. So
Is anybody else wondering what I know you drafted Ohtani as a pitcher because you want him as a pitcher, but if he was just a hitter, is he 30-30 and just a monster?
Yeah.
I think they're going to give it another go at this pitcher hitter thing, but if the pitching doesn't work out, they've got a fucking monster of a hitter.
Yeah,
sitting right there.
Can't they have a 30-30 hitter that's just an animal and use him as closer?
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
They've been saying that for the last year and a half since he had the Tommy John. I think Walter was maybe saying it that he expects that this was a year and a half ago, that in the next 5 years he's going to become a hitter and then be the closer.
He could play every day and still pitch twice a week, 3 times a week if he needed to, because he's pitching 15 pitches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the hard part is the routine that goes into being a pitcher. Is there's so much routine that goes into it that it becomes hard to go from a position. It's not like Little League where your shortstop comes in and pitches.
Oh, it can be. Come on.
Walter saying he did not say it would be a closer.
Someone said that. I'm trying to remember.
I do think
someone said that.
I just think because I'm kind of all for that.
At some point, they just need to. I mean, let's if it works out, if the two-way thing works out, good. I mean, I think it would be really fun if he's like a stud pitcher and a stud hitter. Mike's going to look like a genius for getting him where he did, and he could return first round value.
Okay, but where are you playing him?
Well,
I'm planning on pitching him.
Yeah,
but now you got to be smarter than them because, well, maybe he's going to get – if they go to 6-man rotation and you put him a pitcher and he gets skipped on Wednesday, you're done.
My hope is that he gets to 120 innings this year, 110, 120 innings. If it looks early on like there's going to be a lot of issues with his innings, then I'm going to be in a pretty big debacle, especially if I can't get outfield eligibility for Stanton in the first couple months. But I'm willing to take that risk because I genuinely think that if Ohtani throws 120 innings this year, he's like borderline a top 40 guy. Could be better.
But are you smart enough to have him in there? Don't throw all those 120.
My thing is, how do you start him? When are you going to start him for the 120 innings?
Right.
If he's going to be set up to be in the rotation once a week, then I'm going to put him in my lineup every week.
Okay, yeah, and then what I'm saying though, with that 6-man rotation, he gets skipped, you get a 0.
Yeah, I'm fucked. Yeah, I'm fucked. So there's no way around that.
That's all I'm worried about with him.
I would much rather use him as a hitter than I would as a pitcher in NFBC. That's honestly my feeling. Is as much as I love the upside as a pitcher, it's just much easier to use him as a hitter, and then if he's throwing on the weekend, you can throw him out of your lineup and put someone else in.
Well, I have the option. I mean, I could always say, you know what, if he gets like 2 starts skipped and I get screwed out of those, then yeah, I might very well just be like, fuck it, I'm going to put him in, have him hit. Like I'm not.
Except for you, Stanton, who's clogging up for you too.
But he might be injured by April 14th, so who knows?
April 3rd,
April 3rd, 4th, maybe today.
Yeah, we haven't
March.
read Twitter in the last hour.
Has anybody read the news? Oh.
Yeah, that's. What is everybody's looking like? Okay. Yeah, I'm in some trouble.
Oh, I finally got to pick in TGFBI. There we go. Adrian Hauser, come on down.
Ew.
What route are you in, Justin?
It's round 28.
You should have just bought a Framber.
I'm in 20. We're at about a pick a day right now.
We finished this morning.
Yeah.
Really?
There's been some really, really slow drafts. I
felt like ours was going quick, but it just felt slow because we'd get a run of fast picks, and then it just obviously we finished in good time, but it was kind of a bear.
Yeah, you guys, what league were you in? Because you guys finished today.
I don't know, what is it, 18, 17?
It's pretty good. I think the first drafts finished today. I think 3 of them finished.
Yeah,
so,
we were done first thing this morning, I think.
Oh, God damn you, dude. Mike, you're killing me.
These are all guys I wrote up.
Yeah.
If I write you up, then I'm probably going to take it.
Oh, damn it, Walter.
Yeah, Walter, that's a nice pick, too.
It's going to be my 5th outfield.
We have to have catchers, right?
You, I believe, do.
I would have liked to get Molina. I was looking to go Davis or Molina here. They are gone. Alfaro's gone. Yay. Ooh, fuck.
Catcher on. There you go.
You asked me why I took Sean Murphy earlier. That's why.
I'll go back to the well and Lorenzo Kane.
Alfaro's not a bad catcher to have.
No, he's not. He chips in a couple bags, too.
Yeah. And he's got some decent pop. His average.
He'll get better, too.
His average last year was down, but he had COVID and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's not going to hit. Well, I guess last 2 full seasons, he was right at 260. So, is 245 out of the question and not hurting you?
No, I think that's fair.
That's another thing people are looking at. I think wrong is everybody's like acting like a 255 or 250 batting average is hurting you. the league average is like 245 right now. I mean, there are so many people that are under 250 that it's a 255 is actually probably helping you a little bit in some cases.
League average batting average last year was 245.
Yeah. I mean, and people are saying, oh, you know, in the Mondesi conversation, wow, you know, the dude's hit 260, 255, 270 the last 3 years, and we're failing to realize that the league average was 245. It wasn't 270.
Yeah, but when you guys look at league average, you're looking at the whole entire league in its entirety. You're not looking at it as far as what players you're actually drafting or rostering on your NFBC roster, and that's
probably like 265. So that's probably about what it is.
It was, I think, 263 was, or 269 was 80th percentile last year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so 269 in a 60-game season, and if you have my benchmark is always for right around 270, 271, somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. You're going to have some 250 batting averages in there.
And the hard part is if you take one of those lower batting averages early, it's harder to get those guys that don't hurt you somewhere else later.
Yeah, I get that, but where is the bad batting average with like Mondesi? Where's it been?
Well, I mean, I think the hard part is we don't know if he can sustain what he's done. I mean, you know, it's
3 years.
What did he have to bat the last 3 weeks to get to 260 last year?
Yeah,
that doesn't matter.
Well, are you banking on him having another 3-week stretch in a full season, or is he going to have 2
what
other
did
3 weeks?
Luis Robert have the first 3 weeks to hit 220?
His ex batting average was 213 last year. So, like, you know.
Now do Robert.
Robert's ex batting average?
I mean, everybody's like, well, Mondesi got on a hot streak at the end of the year. Robert batted, 170 the last 4 weeks?
The same with Kyle Lewis. You know, but it's.
How about Randy? How about Randy? I don't know how to pronounce it. How about
Rosarena?
How about him the first 4 weeks?
I don't think his was that bad the first 4 weeks.
I mean, he might not have played the first 4 weeks. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he got
Justin, you're on the clock.
You know that, but that's what I'm saying though. Is every player goes through hot and cold streaks, and you know that's part of their batting average.
I don't know who I'm gonna take here. That's great. Don't know who I'm gonna take, so I'll take a catcher.
God
fucking damn it.
Gross.
Oh, fuck off. You can just fuck right off.
This is the first time I have not waited until like the 28th round to at least take my C2. Sometimes my C1. I mean, so this is an interesting draft for me for sure.
The TGFBI, I only have Sanchez right now, and we're in like round 26 or 27. So
yeah, I took my first catcher in TGFBI in round 25. So, and I can actually, I went. Okay, I don't. Whose dog is that? But
that was my son.
I was going to say that's definitely a human child.
Yeah, in TGFBI, I double tapped on catcher in 25-26 with Tom Murphy and Tyler Stevenson.
Walter, I just about took Wander there, but I didn't.
You just don't know when he's up. That's the biggest problem.
That's what does Walter's team look like right now?
Dog shit.
Does Trey Turner have second base eligibility? He doesn't, does he?
Trey Turner, no. Why would Turner have second base?
Where the fuck does that come from?
I'm trying to think about how I'm gonna maneuver some of this shit.
Walter's team is Betts, Machado, Bogarts, Glasnow, Guerrero, Castellanos, Sal Perez, Greinke, Gosman, Nick Anderson, Pham, Marquez, Tristan McKenzie, Ryan Mountcastle, Austin Hayes, David Price, Mitch Haniger, Daniel Bard, Jake McGee, Cesar Hernandez, J.D. Davis, and Wander Franco.
I had to go back and look at it. I wasn't sure if he was stashing more than Wander.
It's stupid to take Wander right now. I love Wander Franco, but
it's going to be so hard to hold on to him until, you know.
Well,
I held on to Go ahead.
I don't like to stash people, but I guess if you're only stashing one, might as well stash the best player in the.
I love to stash people, and I found this is like my 4th NFBC draft I've done so far, and I haven't stashed but one person each one because I'm just worried about everything else going on. So
you're dropping them anyways.
Exactly. And what really scarred me, honestly, was Mackenzie Gore last year because I literally drafted him on every squad, and I didn't get to use him once.
So. I told you guys he wasn't going to pitch last year. I told you he wasn't pitching last year.
Listen, I didn't want to listen.
Randy. That's fucking Randy.
I don't remember where I heard it. I just heard it on some radio show or something. I heard it and couldn't remember where it was at, but I stayed away from him.
You think Wander's up by July?
Theoretically, he could be up, in May. But I don't know, and that's the hard part. It's a guessing game.
I still think there's at least a 20% chance he doesn't even come up until September.
I agree.
That's too large to take him this early, in my opinion, or to take him, in my opinion. So
we're talking about the 22nd round, so it's...
Yeah, but we talked about this last week with Greg. You only have 7 bench spots. At some point, you just can't just waste those spots. Even if it's just holding on. I thought the same thing with Wander last year. I think I took him in some league, and it's just like I can't hold him for bench space.
Not in the NFBC, you can't.
It really handcuffs you, in my opinion.
I mean, it's the same thing as taking who was the injured pitcher that we just talked about?
Thor.
Soroka. It's the same thing about Soroka. Did Thor go already?
I don't know. A lot of people were taking. I've seen a lot of leagues where
he hasn't.
In Fab leagues where they are taking Thor and Sale, and it's like
can't do it.
No, sales news sounds terrible. The news report just came out that the manager's like he'll pitch at some point this season. That doesn't make me sound or feel confident that he's even back before like middle of July.
I think June, July is probably a good possibility. Same thing with Luis Severino. And
even then, they're not going to go full bore.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, we just can't do it. I mean, in draft and holds, I can see doing it, right?
Yeah, in a draft and hold, yeah.
But if you're playing an NFBC league with no IL, you just can't hold the guy for half the season that isn't going to be on the field.
I will say, of all those guys, Sale, I think if you were to get 2 months of Sale, and kind of throw away 1 month of him ramping up and stuff, if you get 2 solid months of Sale, that could potentially really win you the league if you are really close in some pitching stats.
What's the chance you can actually hold him that long with only 7 bench spots? The amount of injuries we might see, it's just. That's what happened to my NFBC team.
You took 9 guys that were injured.
I didn't. That's the thing. I took 4, and one of them got injured in the draft.
I still think draft and holds. I think that is it's a format that people don't understand a lot yet. Just because you have 50 players and 27 of them are on your bench doesn't mean you don't need them.
Yes, for sure.
So you wasted on prospects and hurt people, and you need a 7th starter someday because there's other DL or you got bad matchups. You are begging that you didn't take Thor or Sale or Wander or whoever.
Yeah, no, I've been in that situation where
I don't want to take him in draft and holds either.
I'll take 2. In 50 rounds, I'll take 2 stashes. That's it. But
I think that's.
It happened to me in a draft and hold a couple years ago, where all of a sudden I looked at my team and I drafted 4 shortstops and I didn't have any healthy ones.
Yep.
Fuck. Damn it, Mike.
Well, I mean, a lot of people want to. I try to draft and hold.
I do.
I'm actually moving more.
Mike Alexander took fucking Mercado.
The old way of thinking was 14 starting pitchers. I'm kind of moving more towards 17 or 18 because, 10 of them are terrible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you have 14, if you take 14 starting pitchers and 2 of them are, let's say, Sale and Thor, Now you're down to 12. 3 other of them are on the DL for short, so now you're down to 9, and you're wanting to start 7 of them? Good luck, man.
Well, and that's the thing. You have to look at it. You have 9 pitching slots. Yeah, you have 50 rounds, but I mean, you probably want a backup for every single pitching spot. That's
17 or 18
pitchers already, and you need closers. So you are like, it's tough. You already have 14, 13, 14 starting pitchers, and then you have to have some closers that you're really hoping banks on some, that actually hit the same lineup.
In those drafting holds, that's why I really prioritize the multi-positional eligible players, so I can draft more pitchers.
Yeah.
Like
I said, I've moved mine to about 17 or 18 starters, and I've tried to limit even the closer specs that I used to throw out that you never end up playing on your team because they don't work out. Like, just get good closers.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself 17 or 18 starting pitchers, and then, like Justin said, get your multiple eligibility players and quit stashing people because you don't play them anyways. As I just take a guy I'm probably stashing.
Yeah, Pache. Like I don't understand your love for Pache right now.
Well, if he doesn't start off, I'll probably just drop him.
He's a full defensive guy in my opinion.
He's. Oh wait, shit! Hold on.
Yeah.
No.
I took the wrong guy. I don't know. I don't know how. I didn't even have Dickerson in my.
You don't think he can get me? You don't think he can get anything for me? At a 24th round pick, 23rd round pick.
I mean, sure, he's gonna get something.
I mean, speed, some average. Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
If he starts off, if he somehow wins that job and he starts off hot, awesome. If he doesn't, bye-bye.
All right. Sorry about that, y'all.
You pause that?
Yeah, how'd you even get stuck with Dickerson?
I have no idea. I didn't even have Dickerson in my queue. I don't want a platoon guy.
Were they right next to each other, maybe?
No, I didn't have him in my queue. I don't understand how it ended up that way.
Cheater.
Josh Naylor, huh?
He's gonna play every day, and right now my outfield needs someone who's gonna play every day.
I just wrote him up too.
Did you?
Yeah.
I feel like Mike writes everyone up.
He's writing up a lot of guys over at Baseball HQ.
Yeah,
I am.
I'm a subscriber for the first time.
Who is? God, I need some help.
All right, so who just took Cole Calhoun? Was that Bruce?
Yeah.
You know he's injured, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Look at my outfit. I think I can. He also has so much power, and it's just a meniscus, right? I know we say just a meniscus, but
I mean, if he's out till May, though, that's the only downside.
We'll see. Yeah, but like you guys say, this is a $1 pick. I like him there. I need some power. We'll see how it goes the rest of the way.
Is that what everyone is at this point? Basically, $1 pickup,
roughly.
Might as well be
pretty close.
From about round 22 on, they're $1 a piece. So you got to think of it kind of like that. I mean, it's lower, but you're spending $1 on them, so that's.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm getting myself a $30 catcher here in a second.
Oh boy.
Still got
Tucker Barnhart.
What?
Tucker Barnhart, or
that's why I took Tom Murphy. I feel like of all the catchers left, that he at least has decent enough upside.
Don't even.
If I was looking for a catcher, there's one guy who might not even start the year in the majors. Who I
you might not want to try to. Might not want to plan on taking that guy.
I don't need to because I have 2 catchers and I'm
good. Victor Carantini, got it.
All right, let's see. I'm trying to figure out.
Mike Zunino, drafted by Mike Werner. Got it.
No, I can't stand that. Well, I appreciate his defensive abilities, but my God, watching him at the plate is like.
So
I just walk away. I probably would be able to at least like watch the ball go into the mitt.
What am I doing?
I guess Grichuk's not a bad pick in round 23.
No, Grichuk's a solid pick there.
Where's he gonna play though? I mean,
Dude,
I know
it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Like he's a good
for
pick
round
there.
20. I mean, for round 23, you're getting someone who you're not expecting to play all the time anyway. There's some people, but I mean, there's just not a ton of people out there.
Grichuk can hit 30 home runs when he's on the field, and
as Bruce would say, his per game stats can be good.
Hey, why you got to bring me into this, bro?
I know, right?
Because that's what you say. You say per game stats.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it doesn't matter just kind of how it fits into everything. I mean,
Yeah, no, I get it.
but I think you kind of have to look at
all
that.
you son
Tyler
of
Stevenson. That was who it is.
Yeah.
I love that guy.
God damn it,
I
Zach.
love him too.
He just drafts with me too much.
Yeah.
God.
Stevenson's gonna be my second catcher in.
Does he do
GGFBI.
basketball too, Greg?
He's my second catcher at GGFBI.
No,
Hey, Ben,
I
he
don't
does-
know
he does
who does
basketball.
basketball because I've never been.
Oh,
in
I like that Britain pick by Charles. He's gonna get a save or two in the first 3 games of the season, and then you can drop him.
Hey Ben, Zach Nelson, he does do basketball.
I was going to say, the name sounds so familiar. I couldn't figure out if I know him from NFBC in basketball or if I know him somewhere else.
If I remember right, I think he's done really well in 1 or 2 main events in basketball.
Yeah, that's probably where I've seen him. There's a very good chance he's in my main event.
Collins, hey, Collins in the house. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh my God, do I do it? Do I do it?
Who are you thinking about, Justin?
Oh, I'm thinking about taking a player I was just talking shit about earlier tonight.
Chris Sale?
No.
Fromber? Yasiel Puig!
Long live Gregory.
Yeah, my 6th outfielder. Maybe I can get some use out of him.
So in like 2015, maybe 2016, when I was first starting to write, I did a dynasty piece where I compared Charlie Blackmon and Gregory Polanco and who had the best long-term value. And I definitely chose Gregory Polanco. And
Well,
it's
he
not
should
working
have.
out.
He really should have had more long-term upside, but those injuries just
This will be-
derailed his career.
Yeah, this will be the only league I get Gregory Polanco in.
It's going to be the only league that he's drafted in. Not really, but
But Kane
I have him in FWFB 30 as my backup outfielder, and I'm just like,
Lorenzo Kane is dealing with a quad injury right now. Just in case he's not ready to start the year, I'll have Gregory Polanco until he gets hurt.
So, who's worried about the Jackie Bradley Jr.? That just has to spell. Is that bad for Kane? Is that bad for Garcia?
No,
is that bad for all of them?
It's bad for Garcia.
Holy shit! I still need a middle infielder.
They'll put
Garcia's
Kane,
man-
they would put
man out
Kane
there.
in right, I'm guessing. Yeah,
No, they said yesterday they're going to put Jackie Bradley Jr. in right for most part.
I'm a little surprised.
Kane's a good defender too.
Yeah, but isn't Bradley better?
I don't know who to take.
No, I don't think so. That's not necessarily.
I thought
That's
his
a
defensive
really
numbers.
good pick, Mike.
It was
Jonathan
either him
Hernandez
or
is
Randy.
that's a good pick.
Is that a made-up name?
Jonathan Hernandez,
Not real. Not real.
fake player.
Oh, yep.
He's going to be in there to close after Jose Leclerc throws one into the dugout.
True story. I mean, yeah, he'll probably get their 3 saves.
You might get a few more than that.
The thing that annoys me is Greg's probably right. It's probably going to be Leclerc all year long, getting a 4.6 ERA with a.
If Leclerc is successful, they'll trade him. They're trying to get rid of that contract.
But it's the Rangers. There's literally going to be 3 save opportunities.
The
Oh, yeah.
Rangers are better than that. Stop it.
They're better than
6 or
the
7.
they're better than the Pirates, and
Yeah, I didn't compare them to the Pirates. I said they're just,
just
not good.
saying.
The Pirates
Just
probably are
playing
going to have 1 save opportunity.
All right. Well, I have their closer, so I'm hoping for at least 3.
They actually have kind of a nasty little pen at the back end, a little bit.
I like him.
Yeah.
Who does?
The Pirates have some
Pirates,
nasty
yeah.
arms at the back
Yeah.
end.
What they have?
Their
Brian-
issues are not.
Brian
Oh,
Hayes
God
and-
damn it, Mike! Fuck.
I like the Chris Martin pick.
Yeah, well, I think he took Will Smith, so I think he had.
No,
to.
I took Will Smith,
Oh.
but I think Will Smith has that job.
I
Period,
don't.
end of sentence.
I think it's either committee or I think Martin is has been the better reliever.
I look at the lefties that are in their pen. Let's look at how many they have.
They've got at least another.
Did Melancon get drafted? And I just miss him.
Yeah, he got drafted.
How long ago did he get drafted?
A month.
A while ago. Yeah.
Pretty far
So
behind.
they have Grant Dayton, Sean Newcomb, Tyler Matzik, AJ Minter all in the pen. Like,
yeah, it won't be because they don't have another lefty. It's gonna.
They don't have another high leverage righty outside of Martin. Maybe Luke Jackson that can pitch high leverage for him. That's about it.
It's gonna be because Will Smith's not very good.
He is good though.
He was not good last year. So.
Well, I still think that there's hope.
There's definitely hope, but I mean, you're getting Martin outside the top 350, so it's worth a gamble.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with the pick. I just think that Will Smith is going to get like 85% of the saves.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, how bad was he last year? 4.5 ERA. Well, don't you think it's a little odd that he had a?
He also had COVID though too, so I give him a little bit of a pass.
He had a 2.70 ERA or better, and the last 4 years.
For the first pitch in Florida yesterday, they made me defend Will Smith.
Isn't a 4.2 ERA like league average anyway?
Not for a reliever.
I can tell you.
Not for a reliever, no. But
I mean, if you got a reliever with a 4.2, that's crushing your team.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
Unless he's getting 50 saves.
Let's see, league average ERA.
League average ERA was 4.45.
Okay. Was it? There you go. He found it faster than me.
Yeah. For a reliever, it was 4.44, but there's a lot of really shitty relievers out there.
Listen,
there's a lot of shitty
Ronaldo
starters.
Lopez vehemently disagrees.
What?
Ronaldo Lopez definitely disagrees that there's shitty relievers out there.
All right. Well, you guys have kind of blown my fucking endgame strategy in this one, so.
Does anyone think Puig plays
What was
this year?
your strategy?
My endgame strategy in drafts right now is because we've got, the season starts on a Thursday, and so you've got that really short stretch of games in that first week.
Mm-hmm.
I want to load up on all the relievers that are in muddy situations at the end of the draft. So, drafting the guys like Hernandez and Chris Martin and trying to just maybe pop a closer that we didn't realize was going to be closing.
So, Randy, God damn it.
And then, if they don't get any saves, then
Toss them.
Then, you toss them for whoever. But I'm going to have, typically I do either 3 hitters, 4 pitchers, or 4 hitters, 3 pitchers. I'm going to be, most of my teams, fab teams at least this year, my reserve list is going to be 5 pitchers, 2 hitters, and I'm going to jettison a bunch of those guys off of my roster after that first weekend.
Yep. Because not every pitcher is going to start.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have zeros if you're not planning for that.
Yep.
Even if you're not getting a closer, you need to have some relievers on there because teams are only going to have 3 games.
Yep. And so I want to make sure that every single one of my pitchers, and so last year I did this with long relievers, and I still am okay with doing that this year as well. Grabbing guys who are long relievers who might be able to get a cheap win. That Sean Doolittle pick, that was nice, whoever did that. I think that was Walter. Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to load up on pitchers for my reserve list, and then I'll jettison them off, in that first fab period after the start of the season.
Yep. Right here.
This is why you listen to the whole show. You get great insight towards the end.
Yep.
Well,
I mean, it helped me a lot. Like I drafted Adam Kolarek in my main event, and I got a cheap win. From that first game of the season, and when, especially last year in the 60-game stretch, when leagues were decided by a win or two, or by a few stats here and there in each category, you've got to take every advantage you can. And I did not realize I was on the clock, and I'm going to take one of those guys in Nick Wickren. So I think Wickren is a sneaky option for Cleveland to be a closer, and somebody in the chat mentioned it, so I didn't want to get sniped again.
No, he's not.
Rinchak
or Clase?
Class A is definitely not the guy. It's not Class A.
Okay, so then it's Karinchak.
I don't know.
Whitgren's not good. Matone is. I had him last year on a couple teams. He blew up and killed my teams.
His brother is better.
Who's his brother? What are we talking about here? We're talking about top relievers. We don't need to be talking about people.
I would say Nick Matone is a better player than Phil. Phil's a terrible pitcher, and Nick's.
I mean, but Phil was awesome. Phil was awesome last year until he wasn't, and then he just completely tanked my teams. It was bad. I picked him up because I was using relievers and things like that, and then he just killed me. I think he's still on that team that I had in the dynasty. That's part of the reason I didn't beat you on that one.
You didn't beat me because
he blew up.
No, there was no beating me. You only would win if I allow you to win. That's how it works.
Right.
Wow.
You are my bitch. That's what happens.
I had no major league players going into last season, and I got second place in a 30-team league.
That's your choice.
I'm dropping out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of the draft.
Have a good night, Mike. It was good talking to you.
You do.
Good, Mike.
We'll get back to our regular show on Mondays next week with Mike. So,
but yeah, Justin, that like you said with that too, I was going to mention. We mentioned it on the pod the other night that this early in draft season. I mean, it's still early. And even later, you should be using your last round's picks on, somewhat like fab.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to be wasting hundreds of dollars come that first Sunday on people you could have just drafted now.
Yep, I agree.
So, like people's trying to, like you say, stash and wander. All of a sudden, 3 of your guys get hurt, and you have to drop $150 to get it. To get somebody, you're now at $850 when the rest of us are at $1,000, and then look at lineups and things. Look at schedules and things like that, and see who's going against who, and
who lines up for either starting those first 3 games, or who's got a 2-start week that you might want to, grab instead of spending it on fab. So.
And I do that every year just because most of these. I mean, I plan on everybody in the last 15 picks could be gone in week 1. I don't want them to be, but they very well could be gone. You just can't hold players in with 7 bench spots. You just can't hold them. You can't. You need to switch your hitters out on the weekends, things like that. And having 2 or 3 spots that are just dead every week on your bench sucks.
Oh,
you know about that. You know about that, Justin.
Yes, I do.
Bruce, was that you who drafted Stelmont? That's a good pick.
Thanks, man. I figured pair him up with Greg Holland. So
that was going to be my pick.
I'm right there with Tuppy Noel. Karinchak is too wild. Class A too inexperienced for veteran manager. Tito loves Whitgren. Boring ratios. Yes, I think Whitgren has a real shot to end up with saves. So I like that pick. I wish you hadn't mentioned it early, so I didn't have to take him till the 28th round. But I'll take him. It's fine. And then let's see. Right here we've got.
You probably should have taken him instead, Justin.
Maybe I don't have Archie Bradley.
Oh, you had him.
No,
I think Mike drafted him.
Mike drafted him. Yeah.
Gotcha.
The opposite of stashing Wander Franco is he'd go 15 rounds earlier if he breaks camp with the team. I agree there, Walter. Actually, but I just don't think there's any chance Tampa Bay is letting him break camp. Like that, just it's not going to happen.
He also just does. I mean, not that games in the minors necessarily matter because players like Juan Soto came up quick, but there's just so much evidence that they won't bring him up, start the clock, and all of that stuff when there's no benefit to them necessarily doing it. Their team is good enough without having Wander they can get through the first part of the regular season without him.
Fuck you, Ben. Fucking take Garrett Richards, you dick.
That was like 2 minutes ago. I thought you were yelling at me for my Wander take. I'm like, what did I say wrong?
No, I just noticed you fucking you just took him. Like, God damn it, you.
Well, I wouldn't have taken him. I would have taken Stelmont, but you can.
Yeah, Stalmont's another guy I really like, but he's definitely not going to start the year with a job. Garrett Richards. His schedule to start the season is at Baltimore and then home versus Baltimore. So it's like fucking, I'll take it for just those 2 starts.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But back to Wander, what if he does? What if he does break camp? And does he play every day?
You don't let him break camp and then
yeah, exactly.
Like, when he's up, he is playing every day at second base or at short. I mean, it's just.
No, they can play him at third. No,
we all sit here and say yes. That's what normal human beings would. This is the Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, I don't think that the Rays are going to start his clock unless they're planning on playing him 80% of a week.
Well, okay, so I'm saying 2 weeks. They leave him down 2 weeks. Whatever.
Like I said, I'm pretty. If I had to put money on it, and you know me, Greg, I don't put money on things that I wouldn't necessarily want to back. I'm not putting money on him being up until middle of June at the earliest.
Walter's saying that he remembers 2 years ago on the stream when people said Tatis was a bad stash. I mean, that's a completely different situation, Walter, because it's a completely different organization. I mean, San Diego has just pushed their prospects, and they do not care about the service time issues the way Tampa Bay does. And
how early did Tatis get called up 2 years ago?
He made the opening day roster.
Did he?
Yeah, and we were all surprised, But
how many prospects don't? I know we can all point back to this one did, that one did. I mean, the percentage is still really low, and even if you fade the 1 or 2 prospects, you should be fine to build a team.
And I agree that with Walter with this take too that Tampa Bay is just not as good anymore. They need to push him, and I think there is a chance he's like. I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I think there is a chance he is up, at the end of April, but. Like, name the last prospect, you dick, Andy. Name the last Tampa Bay prospect, like big Tampa Bay prospect, to break camp with the team. You can't. There hasn't been one. It's just never. They've never done it. Like, it's just like it's.
But another thing is, they were in the World Series, and could have used him, and didn't play him.
Yeah, because they would have had to then rationalize, fucking. Not letting him play opening day.
Yeah, I mean, they could have used him to win the World Series, and he didn't play.
Hey, man, the Astros could have used Garrett Cole to win the World Series, too, and they just let him sit there in the bullpen. So all types of teams make stupid-ass moves in the biggest games that we have.
I mean, I get that, but there was an opportunity for Wander to play a lot.
The biggest thing that works in Wander's favor right now is that the minor league season is delayed, because if they want him to get some playing time early on, they need to bring him up to be able to do that, because otherwise you're waiting until May, I think, for the beginning of the minor league season. So that would work for him. That could work for players like Kalenic as well. Even though Kalenic probably should break camp, if he doesn't, because of all this other dumb shit that they, with him not signing the contract or whatever, the minor league season getting delayed is going to help put that back into his favor. So
they both should break camp, but that's not how it's played.
When you say both, you mean Wander? I'm guessing.
Yeah, and Kalenic.
Okay.
I mean, they both should break camp, but that's just not how it is. And
Walter's asking, Greg, you drafted Vaughn. Are we with White Sox? What are we expecting there?
Dude's just a masher.
There goes Evan White.
With
I agree, he's a
Vaughn,
masher, but is he going to break camp?
I think he does, and only because there's not a minor. See, I think he's different. I think he's going to break camp because there isn't a minor league season until May.
I think the only way he breaks camp is if he signs a contract.
Yeah, who's DHing?
Which he could do, but
they could easily sign Edwin Encarnacion again to DH.
They haven't, and it's we're 2 weeks away, guys. They haven't.
Yeah, but he also hasn't signed that deal. So I mean, all the guys they've let break camp have signed long-term deals. So
I mean, right now, go look at who they would have to pencil in there instead of him. Isn't it Adam Engel?
Yeah, but they'll do that, and they'll put what?
I mean, there's other bats that they can still sign. That
Engel is a really good defensive player, so they can put Eloy, who's not a good defensive player, at DH, and play Engel in the outfield.
So when they're trying to win the division, and
it's a winnable division without Vaughn.
Are they?
I think it's a winnable division.
I mean, Cleveland got worse.
Okay.
Yeah. Minnesota
Cleveland got worse. Detroit still sucks. Twins haven't done anything to improve, so they're kind of stuck in neutral from where they are, which is still the top half of that division. And then you got the Royals, who could go either way.
So
they didn't do much to lose, but
I think it's a 2 risk. I just think he breaks camp, and I mean, I just think, and dude, he's one of those guys that's just mashing right now that they're not going to be able to hold him down. You're just going to let him sit at alternate site for 6 weeks?
But that's the beauty of the alternate site, and one of the reasons why they delayed the AAA start of the season was because you don't get information from the alternate site, so you can't be like, well, I was killing it in the minor leagues and you guys didn't bring me up. There is none of that. We don't get the information of who's killing it. So
point.
I'm not saying he won't break camp. I think he could, but I don't think he's going to unless he signs some sort of deal.
But I'm not, like I said, if he's not breaking camp and it's going to be June before he comes up.
No, it'll be end of April.
He's gone.
April. Yeah. End of April, yeah.
And I don't mind, like you said, I don't mind stashing somebody that like Kalenic, or, if you knew Wander was coming up, that's one. But when you have literally, I mean, Wander might not be up at all this year.
Mm-hmm.
If they start losing,
he'll be up at some point.
Oh, September.
No, he's going to be up. He'll be up June or July.
What if they're not good?
They're going to be good. They're going to be good enough. Like, they'll be in. They may not win the division, but they'll be in the wild card race.
They don't care if they don't win the division. Frankly, they really don't care. They're still going to make the playoffs. They're good enough to make the playoffs.
They might be good enough, but it doesn't mean they're guaranteed to win.
I mean,
baseball.
I mean, sure, but they've been playing the last couple of years without really having a super elite bat in their lineup anyway. They don't necessarily need another elite bat. They play with good defense. They play with versatility. They play with pitching. So
they're going to be. You're talking about the Yankees.
Them up next.
You got the Yankees, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the Astros. You got the Twins and the White Sox. That's what, one spot left?
Fuck.
So the Rays
I took my one stash.
The Rays aren't guaranteed, speaking of the Rays, in Miami, right? Opening weekend?
Mm-hmm.
I'll play that. Oh, but Paul just took my boy Keegan Aiken. I didn't even see him disappear off my queue. Oh, bastard.
I have conversations with Bradley Newman all the time about Wander, and it's the same thing. The organization just doesn't promote their players fast enough. They have no reason to bring him up. Yes, they could theoretically not be winning games, which is understandable, but he's played, 15, 30 games above A-ball? They could easily just say, look, we're just going to keep him down. We're going to wait out the entire season, theoretically, when playing the alternate site or whatever, and go from there. They could easily say that. It's not like it's totally crazy for them to do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is, we're
talking about a team that did not bring him up to try to win a World Series. What makes you think that they've all of a sudden just gone and changed their mindset now?
That's what I was trying to say.
I think we're all agreeing with that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I think Walter's the one who's not agreeing with this. So, but no, we're not. Someone's saying we're forgetting the Blue Jays, and Walter thinks we're crazy if we think he stays out a significant portion of the season. I don't think he stays out a significant portion of the season. I just don't know that. I don't know when he's up. I don't like. I
think he misses a majority of the season. I'll differ from him.
No,
there,
I don't think he misses, because I agree with Walter in the sense that Tampa Bay got worse. Like, and if they do want to compete in that division or for a wild card spot, they're going to need to put their best team on the field at some point, and at some point early before they're 8 games back. Yeah. So, like, I think with Toronto getting so much better, they've got to compete. And so I think Wander's probably up Memorial Day. It just got to hold him until then. And I mean, if that's Walter's one stash, that's Walter's one stash. I don't have a problem with that. He could, he could be a monster the rest of the way. I don't, I think he's going to be like DJ LeMahieu light, but
Whoa.
What do you mean? What?
Not to go for it.
Like I think he can hit 300 out the gate. I don't think he's going to hit 20 home runs or anything like that in a full season yet. But
you don't think he's hitting 20?
No, I don't think the power is there yet. But I think
20. I mean, I guess with the dead ball and stuff. But if you were 20 homers isn't. I mean,
his launch angle at the alternate site was like 3.
Did you see him mash that inside pitch the other day without even swinging? I mean, he just stuck the bat out. It was nothing. He's
got a sweet swing. I mean, he does.
He's a grown man, dude. That dude he's gonna mash. And I mean, 20 homers isn't really. Obviously, you'd have to prorate it out, of course, depending on when he comes up. But it's not. 20 homers isn't that much anymore.
I mean, I think he's probably like a 15-15 guy with a 300 batting average.
Oh, boy.
Which, I mean, where Walter's getting him, that's fine, right?
Do you think he's getting 15 steals now or at his peak?
I think like in a full season right now, that's what he would be. And I think he'll grow into more power for sure. But like, I don't think he's ever going to be like a 30-30 guy like some people do.
I don't think he's going to ever break more than 16 home steals this season.
I think he could end up being like what people thought they were originally getting from Anthony Rendon, which is a guy who's like 25-20 with a good batting average at some point.
You don't think he's like a Lindor, number-wise?
No, because Lindor's shown way more power and more speed than he's got.
I mean, I guess I should give you that. But, I mean, you don't see a 27, 28, 20 guy?
I don't. But, I mean, I could be wrong. Like, we don't really know what he is, right? Because he's only gone against minor league pitching in which he's just destroyed him because he's such an advanced prospect. So, I mean, like, here's the thing. In this day and age, I'm going to bet on the hit tool. Like, and so, like, I think he is a superstar in the making? Not necessarily, but his hit tool is good enough where, he could be. Like, so I'll bet that hit tool and hope that the power comes through.
So what you're saying is he's Vlad Jr. with a higher average, more homers, more steals.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just more athletic.
And 250 picks later.
Well, I mean,
Vlad is up and Wander's not.
What?
Vlad is up and Wander's not, so that's part of the difference.
I know. I love comparing people just to.
I mean, here's what Zips projects him for 126 games, 14 home runs, 10 stolen bases. They have him at a 263 batting average. I mean, I think he hits 290. But that's what I would kind of project from him is like 15 homers, 10 stolen bases, maybe even 15 stolen bases, and a 300 batting average. Like, I think that's pretty spot on.
I'd like to be able to see him face some adversity in the minors so that I know he's at least capable of moving past the adversity. That's something that is not always the easiest thing. I mean, you've seen some people struggle with that as they come up. You know, Bellinger and Seager, they had come out of the gates hot, then had struggled a little bit afterwards after pitchers started to figure them out. Jock Peterson, same thing. It's just kind of how things were. I don't know about Lindor.
He was a defense first prospect with a good hit tool, but I mean, bouncy ball and some growth in the power department. We knew he had speed, but nobody projected him to be a 30 home run hitter. But guys get bigger, they fill out, they gain power sometimes. The thing you can't teach is that hit tool. So, that's why I said, like, if you're going to bank on prospects, it's better to bank on the ones with really, really good hit tools. Oh,
all right, guys. Well, I'm going to head to bed.
God damn it. All right. I have no idea who I'm taking here. Dun, dun. Hey, I'll take my boy Adrian Hauser. There we go. Dun, dun. All right.
What the hell just happened?
So we're running down towards the end of the draft right here.
So anybody got a favorite team so far?
Yeah, no. Your team's awful.
Probably Blake's. There's so many people on Blake's team that I like that it's tough to not like. I haven't looked at the other teams enough, but I know that when there were people going off the board that I really liked, I felt they kept going to him. So
Zach's team is really good. I love Mike Warner's team. He's been a thorn in my fucking side all night. And then let's see. I like Walter's team. As much as I hate Walter as a person.
Do not give Walter the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I like Walter's team quite a bit. So
I like Andy's team, honestly.
Let's see Andy's team.
Me too.
Yeah, I like Andy's team too. There's a lot of risk though.
Yeah, I just think he built that team pretty well, and it works together. The way
I like Randy's team as well.
Yeah, Randy's been killing me all night too. So
yeah, Randy did a really good job. I wonder if he's got the offense to compete, but if JD bounces back, then he should, and he needs Donaldson to stay healthy,
and Real Muto to be not drafted,
and he needs who was it? He needs Rosenthal to be healthy and Hoskins to be healthy. So, like he's got a lot of risk, but if these guys are healthy, then it'll be okay.
I don't mind Ben. I'll give Ben. I don't mind his team, other than I just don't. I'm gonna team 9 and 10. I just don't like that 2 shortstop strategy.
How dare you?
I mean, honestly, if you think about it, you tied up your middle infield real early, and
I don't feel that.
I don't tied up your middle infield. You didn't just tie up your middle infield in the draft. You tied up your middle infield the whole season.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Which is fine. But so now you're missing. If you need, obviously, hopefully, Justin, you don't need stolen bases. But Ben, if you need stolen bases, it's pretty hard to find a spot to put them on your team.
I lost.
I
lost all of that.
Oh, I said if you happen to need some stolen bases, it's pretty hard to find a spot to put them now on your team. With you blocked middle infield. So that's just kind of why it's not that I don't like your team. I just don't like the 2 shortstop strategy.
I mean, if I'm in need of steals, I'm in a bad spot because I still have Chris Taylor, Bichette, J. Ram, and Anderson.
Did you You got to be kidding me! He took Urias. No one takes him. He's not even a real player. You guys are taking him. God.
I hope someone takes Fromber. Just because.
Oh, I'm going to end up if I time out here. I mean, there was just no way that you were.
I threw just a random guy into my queue just in case I timed out, so I didn't take.
I guess
whatever. We started lagging. I almost got booted.
Is Chisholm making the team?
I don't know, but I'm just going to dump him if he doesn't. But I wanted Urias there for that 3 positions, and in case somebody got hurt in the next couple
right,
weeks.
right now, roster resource does not having him making the team. So
yeah, they probably won't. But like I said, Urias there, it fits perfect at the end of the draft in case somebody gets hurt in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I used my last pick on Asdrubal Cabrera, and he likely will not be on my team.
Yeah, from the first Sunday.
Even before the start of the season, I may fab him out of there.
Yeah,
so.
my last 3 picks are probably just.
He could probably go in Arizona.
So.
Yeah, right now he's kind of on the outside looking in because Rojas is playing so well.
All right, gents. I'm gonna hit it.
All right, guys. It was a pleasure doing this. I'll keep the stream going through the end of the draft. Got about 5 more picks left. Those of you who watched, thanks for watching. Walter likes his team. He also likes Bruce's team. I do like Bruce's team because Bruce has been fucking just murdering me all fucking night. So
the real question is as good of a team that Paul drafted, can he make it work 2 years in a row?
I don't think so.
He's got a tough team over there.
He does. He has a very good team. There are some like there's no garbage teams as far as I can, just kind of look in.
Teammate's pretty shitty.
Yeah, teammate is pretty bad. So
we haven't really brought up Zito that much tonight, so I haven't looked at what his team is. I feel of all the other teams, we've heard very little from Team 5 and 12 mostly. Just saying that had a solid pick. That had a solid pick.
Sniping me all night long.
Yeah, no, Zito put together a really interesting team. Cole, Scherzer, Burns. He did the full house strategy. Got Tucker, Baez, McNeil, Gurriel, Moustakas, Chris Bryant, Christian Vasquez, Savale, Eric Hosmer, Christian Walker, Hunter Dozier, Jesse Winker, Candelario, Amir Garrett, Adam Ottavino, Yadier Molina, Robbie Ray, Mauricio Dubon, Scott Kingery, Lorenzen. Like I like a lot of his team. He definitely has a pretty interesting team. I'm trying to see if there's a team I absolutely hate. Let's see. If there's a team I don't like, it's Charles's team, Team 12. I do not like that one. I don't mind the pocket aces with Bieber and Bueller, like LeMahieu, Abreu, and Voit, but it kind of falls apart a little bit, kind of in the middle. Varsho may not make the team. Jonathan VR.
He should now with Calhoun.
He may not. So, let's see. Walt says the only team that is garbage is Ben's. Yeah,
Thank you. I could have told you Walter would say that.
Charles, his team just has some holes, and VR is not a starter. He's going to play a lot, but he's not a starter. Varsho may not make the team. Dustin may not make the team. There's injury risk with Tyon. Stefan Crichton, he took before Soria. Crichton's probably not the closer. Kirilloff may not make the team if they try to hold down his service time. David Dahl's already injured and is always injury prone. Brendan Rodgers may not make that team and is always injury prone. There's a lot that can go wrong with Charles's team. So I'm going to pick a team I don't like. It's that one. But for the most part, I actually really like everybody's teams. I think this could be a really competitive league. So
I'm looking forward to it with the full season because last year 60 games just didn't feel right. It was kind of
and that's the thing. Last year when you mentioned this kind of at the top was like there were 5 teams in it at the end. I think my team fell out of it first out of the 5, but I think I finished 3rd or 4th in the league.
Yeah.
Everybody really had a shot going into those final 2 weeks of the year.
I think it would have been. I honestly think there would have been more teams that would have come from behind. Had it been a full season, with some of the injuries and COVID. everybody was taking zeros with certain teams, and that was terrible. So, Hey, we already talked, Walter. We already talked about that up early. I said, we'll take care of that. So I actually fabbed him last year, I think too, but it was like $1.
Yeah. You didn't spend. What did you spend?
I think I was trying to bid $3, and somehow it clicked 403, and I think I had 404 left. That's why you don't do fab on your phone.
Yeah, no, you go to your office or wherever your computer is.
It was one of my how many ever fab leagues, and I was in a hurry, and I just didn't have a bunch of time, and it was early in the season too. This was a problem. This was a big problem. So I don't even know if I filled a team the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, I don't know that you did.
I still set lineups. I didn't get last. By the way, Walter, I think I beat you that year with my no fab, with my 27-man DC team. Anyways, it was good beer with you guys. I gotta get going to bed though. So
all right, man. You have a good night, and
thanks a lot, guys.
We'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck around, and we will keep everybody updated on my victory in this league.
See you later.
So that will never happen.